Fran Morelli Sales and Service is a family-owned and operated used car dealership and auto repair facility that has been serving Brockway, Pennsylvania since 1976. At Fran Morelli Sales and Service, we stock a wide variety of used cars, trucks, vans, and SUVs. You never have to worry about buying a vehicle from us, with each of our vehicles in our inventory going through a rigorous inspection process to make sure that your vehicle is in the best condition. Call our team of experts today at 814-265-1330 and check us out at franmorelli.com.
With locations in Shippenville and Tionesta, Tionesta Builder Supply is a full-service home improvement center specializing in everything you need to build or remodel your home. From power tools and accessories to paint and sundries and general hardware merchandise, Tionesta Builders has everything you need to get your project done quickly. Find out more at tionestabuilders.us and like them on Facebook.
Are you planning for retirement, looking for other investment opportunities? Then you want to stop by Best Wealth Management at the Corners in Shippenville. At Best Wealth Management, they'll plan, invest, and secure for you. Call Matt Best today at 814-227-2800 or visit them online today.
Security and advisory services offered through LPL Financial, registered investment advisor, member FINRA, SIPC. Are you hungry? Of course you're hungry. And Daddy's on Main Street in Clarion is ready to tackle that hunger for you. Serving amazing food since 2008, Daddy's has been Clarion's go-to stop whenever hunger strikes. Whether it's a good old-fashioned hot dog or hamburger, a salad, or something from their rotating chef's menu. Yes, I said rotating chef's menu. Daddy has you covered. You can order ahead by calling 814-223-4687 or come on in and dine in. Have a big event you are catering? Daddy's can do that too. Like Daddy's on Facebook at Daddy's Clarion and stop in today. You won't be disappointed.
Excellence, teamwork, responsibility. Those are the foundations on which Phoenix Sintered Metals in Brockway is built. Phoenix is a Verischetti family-owned powder metal manufacturer committed to being an industry leader through excellence, innovation, and continuous improvement. Phoenix emphasizes employee teamwork as well as responsibility to the community. Like any team striving to be the best it can be, it knows that hard work and perseverance pay off.
Creating champions is what we do at the Garage in Shippenville. The Garage is Clarion County's premier indoor hitting and pitching facility, offering one-on-one instruction to athletes of all ages. Join one of our group sessions now by contacting the Garage at 814-918-2123. And did you know the Garage is more than just about baseball and softball? We now have the True Golf Simulator where you can hone your game all year round. Like the Garage on Facebook today. A good garbage company is like a good long snapper. You don't realize you need one until you don't have one. For a great, dependable garbage service in Clarion County, nobody does it better than Larson's Garbage Service. Locally owned and active in the community for over 50 years, Larson's offers flat rates that are easy to understand with no hidden fees and no contracts. Find out more at larsongarbageservice.com. Looking for affordable auto, home, and life insurance? Look no further than Allstate Insurance, the David Jones Agency in Clarion and Meadville. At the David Jones Agency, you get personalized attention from someone who lives where you do. The David Jones Agency meets you where you are. They are available during regular business hours, Monday through Friday at their office, via appointment at the office after hours, or remotely. The David Jones Agency also offers investment opportunities, including annuities and IRAs. The David Jones Agency can be reached in Clarion at 814-223-4000 and in Meadville at 814-337-5107.
Tap and Pay Plus is fundraising for the 21st century. Nothing to sell, nothing to hand out, nothing to do other than shop like you normally do. Have everybody that you know download the Tap and Pay Plus fundraising app and use it to pay at any of our 300 plus national brand partners. Then watch the money roll in. Learn more at tapandpayplus.com.
22 years of the best wrestling camp you've never heard of. That's the Bruno Iorfido Wrestling Camp, which will be held June 16th through the 20th, 2025 in Port Allegany, PA, and will feature a star-studded lineup of clinicians. And don't forget about the blowout picnic to close out the festivities. It's legendary. Find out more at teambruno.org and like them on Facebook. We'll see you in June in Port Allegany, PA. You'll always score a great deal on your mobile home and other home improvement supplies when you go to Tempa Supply and Service, located next to Showcase Homes in Ray's Corners, halfway between Clarion and Shippenville. Tempa Supply and Service is your one-stop shop for high-quality home parts, including doors, windows, furnaces, steps, and essential supplies. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to high school football on the YDL Sports Network. It is PIAA Class 2A Championship Friday, the day you've all been waiting for. Central Clarion, the District 9 champion, Troy, the District 4 champion, long thought to be the two best Class 2A teams in the state all year long, and we've got that game right here for you on the YDL Sports Network. I'm Chris Rossetti, and I am joined by the most excited man that's not on the sidelines tonight. It is former Clarion head coach and Central Clarion head coach Larry Weiser. And Larry, there's been some games that we've had this year, but I'm going to guess this is the most excited you've been of any game that we've done in maybe the entire time you and I have been doing this together.
There's no question, and I am not going to be unbiased here today. I'm obviously all in favor of Central Clarion today and Dave and his staff. And you're right, Chris, I can't wait. We've got 23 minutes and 52 seconds to wait for this game to start, and I'm sure the players in the locker room and the coaches on both teams are very excited to get out here and get this thing going.
Yeah, today's game is brought to you by Delta Contractor and Design. Delta Contractor and Design offers residential and commercial construction service you can trust. Call 814-764-5506 for a free estimate and check them out online at delcondesign.com. Delta Contractors and Design, where quality is built in. And Joe Ferguson's probably about 9 or 10 rows in front of us right now, as is a lot of the Clarion Limestone, and North Clarion communities.
I haven't had a chance to really look down here. We are way up high here today, and to give you some idea, right now it's kind of cloudy here. I think the sun's going to come out. About 35 degrees, but it was a beautiful drive down here this morning after we got past Clearfield this morning, Chris.
Yeah, it was sunny down here yesterday, Larry, but it was also a lot more windy, and I think the less wind here today than we had yesterday, that is an advantage for Central Clarion. We'll get into that here as we enter the Allegheny Grill in Foxburg pregame show. The Allegheny Grill in Foxburg, where you come for the food and stay for the view. Come on, check out their new indoor-outdoor wood-framed event center. The Allegheny Grill was recently voted the #1 waterfront restaurant in Pennsylvania. Today's stream brought to you by Oil Country Crates. Your products, our protection, oilcountrycrates.com. Drive to the game today, brought to you by the Warren Tire Center. The Warren Tire Center, make sure you get to the game in comfort, warrentirecenter.com. And we are looking here, Larry, and I mean, you want to just say it's a regular game, but it's not a regular game, is it?
It's not, and I mean, I've been just sitting here thinking to myself, if it's in that locker room right now, one of the things that you want that team to feel like that it is a regular game. You don't want players to play outside of themselves or coaches doing things that they don't normally do, and it's tough when I know what my first play out there, a number of plays I went back, I was just, that was dumb, that I shouldn't have done. And I think that's going to be one of the things on both sides, one of the keys on both sides. And I watched a little bit of that yesterday in that Port Allegheny. I think, let's do the things you've done all year and do them well.
No question. And, it's just one of those things where, yeah, it's a game, but yeah, it's a game for all the marbles in the state of Pennsylvania. If you win this game, you're not just champions forever. You're the first ever out of District 9. Port Allegheny had that opportunity yesterday, came up a little bit short. It's still a great season, obviously, for the Gators, but Clarion's trying to do something. Central Clarion's trying to do something here that's never been done by a District 9 team, and that's win a state championship.
This is a dream come true for not only for the players and the coaches, but for our communities back home. The dream I've always had to see this happen for Clarion and the Clarion area.
Well, Larry, as I was walking down through the stands, I saw people with Carn City hats on, and people with obviously Central Clarion. But it means, Andy and I talked about this yesterday on the Port Allegheny broadcast. In a district like District 9 that's never won a state title, I would be hard-pressed to find there'd be not a lot of people that are rooting against the Wildcats in District 9 today. You see it all over. I know the Hound, J.J. Michaels and that group, they posted on Facebook, hey, we're all Wildcats today. And that's really kind of what this is about. Central Clarion came down yesterday, watched the Port Allegheny game. They were probably the most vocal supporters of Port Allegheny yesterday. You are, not to make it bigger than what it is, because it's still just a high school football game, but they're playing for an entire area. They're not just playing for their couple of school districts.
Yeah, unselfish pride for the KSAC and for District 9 football.
We'll get into what this game is going to look like here after these messages. You're watching, or listening, to high school football on the YDL Sports Network, powered by Delta Contractor and Design.
When most places start preparing for a long winter's nap, we start living our best life. The mountainsides burning with color ignite something inside, that now is the time to embrace what's around us. Warren County, Pennsylvania really is paradise, as we are surrounded with beautiful places and smiling faces. Warren County, Pennsylvania. Find your adventure, find your peace.
At Clairview Nursing and Rehabilitation Center, we are committed to our community by providing advanced medical care and services at our skilled nursing center, while also providing a setting for seniors who require minimal assistance with their daily routine at our Country Springs Personal Care Home. Our services aim to enhance self-esteem and encourage a fulfilling lifestyle. Clairview Nursing and Rehab Center and Country Springs Personal Care Home share a beautiful campus right outside of Sligo and are less than 10 minutes from the center of Clarion. Golfing at one of the prettiest golf courses around is what you get when you play around at Hunter Station Golf Club just outside of Tonesta. Located in the Allegheny Mountains with a spectacular view of the Allegheny River, Hunter Station offers something for everyone. The rolling hills of the front nine, coupled with a back nine situated along the banks of the Allegheny River, create some of the best views in all of northwestern PA. And when you're done with your round, enjoy a delicious meal or a cold drink in our restaurant and bar. Looking for a place to stay? Hunter Station has you covered there too with play and stay packages. Find out more at hunterstation.com. As you approach retirement, it is important to accumulate assets and build a financial plan that can sustain your lifestyle during your golden years. While calculating the cost of your changing income needs can be daunting, our Retirement Income Evaluator can help you develop a roadmap for the future. To learn more, stop by our office located at 162 South 2nd Avenue in Clarion. Give us a call at 814-223-9990 or visit JannyClarion.com. Janney Montgomery Scott, LLC, member NYSE, FINRA, and SIPC.
All-American HQ Custom Apparel and Engraving can do almost anything on almost everything. We're your one-stop shop for your custom needs. All-American HQ Custom Apparel and Engraving. We can do almost anything on almost everything.
For residential and commercial construction services you can trust, call Delta Contracting and Design Incorporated in Strattonville today at 814-764-5506. Or if it's concrete and excavating work you need done, then call Ace Concrete and Excavating at 814-764-5551. More on both Delta Contracting and Design and Ace Concrete and Excavating can be found at delcondesign.com. That's DELCON design.com. Truck buying and repair at its finest. That's what you get at Ascendant's Truck Centers in Clarion, Erie, and Youngstown. Ascendant's Truck Centers, the Clarion location previously known as Acro Motors, has been in the same location since 1940 and is part of the largest international dealer network in Pennsylvania. At Ascendant's Truck Center in Clarion, you get the same great service to customers with the same great people serving you. Ascendant's is locally owned, but with more ways to serve you in the trucking industry. Visit us in person on the Greenville, Pike, and Clarion, or at our Erie and Youngstown locations, or online at AscendanceTrucks.com. For real estate needs, estate planning, and estate probate, along with municipal law, Marshall Law Office LLC in Shippenville is here for all your needs. John F. Marshall, attorney at law, was an outstanding athlete at Clarion High School and takes the same drive and dedication with him in his practice. Marshall Law Office LLC can be reached at 814-226-7410 or via email at johnmarshall@marshallawofficellc.com. This is Chris Rossetti from the YDL Sports Network, and I want to tell you about my friends at the Rehab Center, Chiropractors Caring for Health, with 8 locations to serve you, including in Clarion, Brookville, and Katanning. I've been going to the Rehab Center since 2009, and I wouldn't trust my back and neck health to anyone else. The Rehab Centers include 3 D9 athletic alums, and Isaac Greeley of Port Allegheny, Matt Brush of Brookville, and Derek Mason of Cameron County, along with 4 additionally highly trained chiropractors, including Jason Jacobs. Find out more at therehabcenters.com. That's the Old English spelling of centers with an RES at the end. Back here at Chapman Field on the campus of Cumberland Valley High School in Mechanicsburg. And that's really what it is, Larry. It's a campus here at Cumberland Valley. It's a really nice facility. Would still rather it be in Hershey. I think there's an aurora about game being in Hershey. But as it is, it's still a state championship game. And nobody really cares where they're playing that game at.
We miss the smell of chocolate, though. be one of the big things. But hey, you were just talking about one of the advertisers today, John Marshall, attorney at law. John was one of the first linebackers I ever coached, and he was in the Big 33, and he was one of the more outstanding backers I ever had in my history of coaching at Clarion.
Larry, we were talking about this just kind of in the press box off the air yesterday, and one of the things we brought up was, yes, District 9's never won a state championship, but it should be noted that the state championships didn't start till 1987, and boy, there were some teams that you figure might have been able to win a state championship if there had been a state championship. I mean, first and foremost, the one comes to mind is East Brady and Jim Kelly.
Yeah, absolutely, and I would like to think that the team that John Marshall was on his senior year would have been another one.
So let's take a look here at our All-American Custom Apparel and Engraving players to watch. They can put almost anything on almost everything. AllAmericanHQ.com. Let's start with the Troy Trojans. They come in at 15-0, and this is a team that knocked off seven-time defending state champion Southern Columbia. Obviously not quite the same Southern Columbia team this year, but still, they knocked them off in the District 4 playoffs to get here.
Right, and no question, Jim has done such a great job at Southern Columbia.
That'd be Jim Smith, the head coach?
Yeah. We'll start with, I'm going to, very similar to Central Clarion. They have this senior, number 12, Evan Woodward, who's an athlete. He has thrown the ball for 1,600 yards, and he's rushed for almost 800 yards. He's got an impressive quarterback rating of 143 yards. And Evan accounts for almost about half of Troy's total yards. Rushing, besides Evan Woodward, the team has rushed for 4,300 yards, and their leading rusher is number 23, junior. I'm sure we're going to hear a lot about him today. It'll be Brendan Gillen, and he's rushed for 1,246 yards. He goes about 190 pounds. He's a pretty powerful runner. In front of him, I want to mention is Cale Millard. He's a big fullback, 535 yards rushing, and he weighs about 210 pounds, number 44. Receiving, their number one receiver, number 3, Lincoln Kimes, has caught 788 yards in pass receiving. Defense is led by several athletes here. Number 17, senior Noah Ellis, number 23, junior Brendan Gillen, and number 26, junior Jack Burbage. All three of them have almost over 100 tackles. Gillen and T.J. Watt is the T.J. Watt of the Troy's defense with 14 sacks on the year. Interception, the team has a 17 for the year. It's pretty evenly distributed in their secondary. Their punter is number 3, their wide receiver, senior Lincoln Kimes. He's averaged 43 yards, which is pretty impressive for a high school kicker. And on kickoff, they have number 10, senior Joseph Fry. Number 13, Mason Smith is their leading returner. Now, turning to our Central.
Oh, hold on a second, Larry. Before we get
yep.
to Central Clarion,
Yep.
I know you watched some tape on Troy. And what is it that people should be expecting from these Troy Trojans today?
They are going, very similar to what South Park did. They're going to try to run the ball right down Central Clarion's throat is the best way I can describe it. They are a heavy run team, even though he's thrown for 1,400 yards. And I don't think there's going to be any secret today that they run the ball a lot to the right. And they have this number 70, this Camden Quills. What I'm impressed from an offensive standpoint is the right guard for them.
Okay, now we go to Central Clarion, and it starts with Jace Ferguson. I mean, we're talking record-setting. We're talking one of the best football players to ever come out of District 9. We're probably talking the best player in District 9 in at least the last 30 years.
No question. I mean, he's everybody's MVP up in our area, if not on the District 9 and state level. I mean, he has thrown for 3,293 yards. He's rushed for 1,441 yards. I mean, last week alone he had 7 touchdowns, all right, but passing and rushing. He's completed 70% of his pass. That's sick. He's averaged 10 yards per carry, over 106 yards per game rushing, thrown for 49 touchdown passes and 24 rushing.
So I had an opportunity to talk to Coach Eggleton earlier this week. And,
today you look at Jace Ferguson being a 4-year starter, and you go, "Wow, that was a no-brainer, right?" But it really wasn't when he was a freshman, was it, Larry? You would just step down as the head coach at Central Clarion. At that point in time, it was the second year of the co-op. There was Jace. There was
Ryan Hummel.
and you also had Tommy Smith, and there was really a who should be the quarterback. There were some people that thought, including myself, that maybe Tommy Smith should be the quarterback. There were others that thought it should be Hummel should be the quarterback. I asked Davey what made him decide to go with Jace Ferguson. I was really curious, like, why did you end up making that decision? And I thought it was really interesting and really showed a maturity for a younger coach to decide why he would go with him. He didn't make the decision completely on his own. Obviously, he had help from his assistant coaches and things like that. He said one of the things that stood out about Jace from the very beginning was they would take these 7-on-7s. As we know, teams play these 7-on-7s in the preseason.
Right.
And Jace wouldn't always be the best, but he'd always be solid. Maybe one day Hummel would look really good, and then the next he'd look terrible. And then maybe Smith would look really great one game and then wouldn't look so good the next game. But Jace would look just solid the whole time. But he still wasn't convinced. So they went to a 7-on-7 at Red Bank, and he asked Jason Kundick, the great offensive coordinator at Red Bank. They weren't playing Red Bank that year. He asked Jason, "Hey, could you take a look at my 3 quarterbacks and tell me who you think is our best bet?" And he said Jason Kundick told him that you've got to go with the freshman. It's like, okay, that's a lot. It's like we did the same thing. We go up to Brockway. We talked to Frank Verichetti. Verichetti, obviously, one of the most brilliant offensive minds probably in the entire state. And after watching them all in a 7-on-7, Frank Verichetti goes to Davey Eagleton. You've got to go with the freshman. His upside is tremendous. Now, I don't know if anybody saw the upside coming that ended up being what Jace Ferguson has turned out to be, but that really says a lot about a coach who's willing to go to other coaches and solicit their opinions and then go from there and make a decision.
I think that's why Dave's been very successful. He's been very collaborative. But going back to that, I mean, Jace was a very small junior high football player, in 8th grade. And he got in the weight room, and, he grew about 5 inches, and the difference between his 8th grade and 9th grade year was phenomenal. And he's continued that effort of working hard in the weight room. But what really stands out to me about Jace is just his confidence. And then when we talk about this game today, the resolve that I think he starts with that leadership along with Jimmy Curry and Hayden Hyman, and you go down through the list of, demonstrating, hey, this is where we want to be and this is what we want to do today. We want to win this state title.
Yeah, and, we talk about players to watch a lot. And, Larry, when we do, we just usually look at the numbers. Let's kind of switch gears with Central Clarion. Let's talk about those guys up front. And I know that's your favorite thing to talk about is those guys up front. And those guys up front are real key. And the guys up front today actually have a sponsor, which is really unique because we don't usually sponsor the offensive line. But the offensive line is brought to you today by Computer Support. Computer Support is a great offensive line, have a lot in common. You can't get anything done without reliability of an offensive line, and Computer Support delivers that kind of reliability in the computer world. At Computer Support will always support the O-line, as all 3 Jericho men have been on the O-line, and you coached a couple of those guys as well. And But let's talk a little bit about those linemen.
Well, let's talk. I've coached all 3, starting with Fred. I was a young assistant.
I was
coach.
trying to
you were trying to help me out.
I was trying to help you out there a little, Larry.
But they were all 3 outstanding linemen for us. But this is obviously we're going to talk about senior Jimmy Kerr and Matt Austin, the 2 seniors in this team who've been great leaders, have been, starters. I mean, Jimmy, I think, started his freshman year. Matt came in somewhere that first season along with Jace, and those along with Hayden Hyman, and you go down through the list there. We got Braden Carrier and Connor Eberhardt and Josh Duncan. These kids have, along with my North Clarion reps up there, we got Gavin Handled and Peyton Moore and so forth. Those kids, under the leadership of our I think this is like his 6th or 7th year, is our doctor of the offensive line, and that's Mr. Doug Knepp.
Yeah, and
and it really does start there. And I mean, we could go on and on and on and on about this Central Clarion team. You've got Mason Burford and Ethan Rex on the outsides. You've got Jesse Sawicki and Cohen Kemmer, and really that's what makes them so difficult is they've got four guys that can go out, not only catch the ball, but run the great patterns and be open. And so you can't just worry about Jace Ferguson, what he's got to do. You got to worry about all those wide receivers. You've got to worry about what Noah Harrison's doing. I think from a defensive standpoint, Larry, it's got to be a nightmare.
It is. I mean, what I think back of my time as defensive coordinator, you're trying to find out what receiver do we want to take away. I mean, do we want them to run or pass? I mean, so if you stack the line against Jace, you're opening up to the pass. If you get yourself in a nickel or dime defense, then you got Jace, running the ball along with Noah Harrison and Ethan Rex. Those are it's a pretty tough team to defend. It'll be interesting to see what Troy tries to do against them today.
Those players to watch, again, brought to you by All-American Custom Apparel and Engraving. We'll be back here on Delta Contractor and Design High School Football on the YDL Sports Network, PIAA Class 2A State Championship Edition, after these messages.
Are you looking for fundraising ideas? Does your team need sports apparel promotional items? Maybe it's a team store you're looking for. Call or visit DE Sports Inc. on Main Street in Clarion. If you dream it, they make it. Call them at 814-226-4871 and like them on Facebook. Dave Eastad and crew will take care of you. C&A Trees is your Christmas headquarters in Clarion County. From Christmas trees to wreaths, swags, garland, lawn decorations, and great gift ideas, C&A Trees, just a mile and a half south of the Clarion Mall, has it all. Make sure to check out their poinsettia room with the largest selection of poinsettias in the area. C&A Trees is open Monday through Friday, 9 to 6, Saturday 9 to 5, and Sunday 10 to 3. Check them out online at catrees.com and like them on Facebook. Looking for a new computer? Stop at Computer Support in Clarion with authorized sales, service, and repair of Acer and HP computer equipment. Fred and Kim have been in business for over 40 years. With a large qualified staff, Computer Support can help you find that perfect computer for work or home. They offer IT support service in their drop-off repair center, remote in business, on site at your location. Call Computer Support at 814-226-7456 or stop by anytime off Interstate 80, exit 62.
Fran Morelli Sales and Service is a family-owned and operated used car dealership and auto repair facility that has been serving Brockway, Pennsylvania since 1976. At Fran Morelli Sales and Service, we stock a wide variety of used cars, trucks, vans, and SUVs. You never have to worry about buying a vehicle from us, with each of our vehicles in our inventory going through a rigorous inspection process to make sure that your vehicle is in the best condition. Call our team of experts today at 814-265-1330 and check us out at franmorelli.com.
With locations in Shippenville and Tionesta Builder Supply is a full-service home improvement center specializing in everything you need to build or remodel your home. From power tools and accessories to paint and sundries and general hardware merchandise, Tionesta Builders has everything you need to get your project done quickly. Find out more at tionestabuilders.us and like them on Facebook.
Are you planning for retirement, looking for other investment opportunities? Then you want to stop by Best Wealth Management at the Corners in Shippenville. At Best Wealth Management, they'll plan, invest, and secure for you. Call Matt Best today at 814-227-2800 or visit them online today.
Security and advisory services offered through LPL Financial, registered investment advisor, member FINRA, SIPC. Are you hungry? Of course you're hungry. And Daddy's on Main Street in Clarion is ready to tackle that hunger for you. Serving amazing food since 2008, Daddy's has been Clarion's go-to stop whenever hunger strikes. Whether it's a good old-fashioned hot dog or hamburger, a salad, or something from their rotating chef's menu. Yes, I said rotating chef's menu. Daddy has you covered. You can order ahead by calling 814-223-4687 or come on in and dine in. Have a big event you are catering? Daddy's can do that too. Like Daddy's on Facebook at Daddy's Clarion and stop in today. You won't be disappointed.
Excellence, teamwork, responsibility. Those are the foundations on which Phoenix Sintered Metals in Brockway is built. Phoenix is a Verischetti family-owned powder metal manufacturer committed to being an industry leader through excellence, innovation, and continuous improvement. Phoenix emphasizes employee teamwork as well as responsibility to the community. Like any team striving to be the best it can be, it knows that hard work and perseverance pay off.
Creating champions is what we do at the Garage in Shippensville. The Garage is Clarion County's premier indoor hitting and pitching facility, offering one-on-one instruction to athletes of all ages. Join one of our group sessions now by contacting the Garage at 814-918-2123. And did you know the Garage is more than just about baseball and softball? We now have the True Golf Simulator where you can hone your game all year round. Like the Garage on Facebook today.
Back here at Chapman Field, getting ready for this PIAA Class 2A championship game between Central Clarion and Troy. It's now time for our Allstate Insurance and David Jones Agency's Keys to the Game, part of the Allegheny Grill in Foxburg pregame show. Dave Jones will always make the right decisions with your insurance needs. Call him today at 814-223-4000. And Larry, what are your keys today?
I mean, beyond the usual things, you're talking turnovers and penalties and, staying within the game. I addressed that a little bit earlier. Don't make the game too big here, all right? Play within yourself, and most of those situations will be key. From Clarion's standpoint, it's been a long time where we've really seen a triple option team, and the triple option team is the team I used to run up against in East Brady when Terry Henry was the Hall of Fame head coach down there, and Jimmy Kelly. And you really have to stay disciplined. Is the fullback going to get the ball? Okay, is the quarterback going to keep the ball? Or are they going to pitch? And so generally you're going to assign people that. So I think that's a real key there. From Troy's standpoint, I mean, they've got to figure out a way to slow up Jace Ferguson and, kind of make it a guessing game. And I think first down will be a real key for them in forcing Central Clarion to do something that they don't normally want to do on the second and third downs.
As they get ready here to take the field, can you just imagine what's going through their minds right now?
I could just being up there. Thank you so much for getting me here, Chris. I just know myself I would be ready to head to the bathroom real quick before I come in there and feel like regurgitating. I mean, the butterflies and everything else that are coming down there. But generally that kind of leaves after that first kickoff, and, we get things moving.
Larry, I'm going to turn this personal for you for a second. What's going through your mind right now?
Like I said, I am just so proud of what Davey and his staff has done, and obviously would I love to have been down on that field, yes, but I can live vicariously through watching them today and watching them play this game, and hopefully come out with that state title.
It should be an exciting football game. If you had to make a prediction right now, Larry Weiser, what's your thought?
I'm Central Clarion all the way. I mean, I've had a chance to watch them on tape, and I feel this team has had that certain drive, desire. Every time I've been around them, whether it's been at practice or just walking through the locker room just before this game, it just it truly amazes me the level that they are. I'd be more nervous than most of those kids in that locker room in terms of what was going to happen out here today.
Maybe for the first time in my life of covering District 9 football, Larry, I truly believe the District 9 team is the favorite to win this game. I believe that this team is the most complete small school football, high school football team I've ever seen. They've got a great defense. They've got a great offense. They've got a great quarterback. They've got a really good running back. They've got good to maybe great wide receivers. Their offensive and defensive lines, I believe, are great. You add that to the fact that they may have the best kicker in the state in Class 2A as well, in Thomas Euchert. And I just think that it's District 9's time.
Just to emphasize the fact of what Thomas Euchert does and the field position he gives to Central Clarion has just been great all season. The fact that most of the time the kickoff team has been a team that's got a lot of dust on them. They run down the field, but they don't make any tackles because he's kicking it through the end zone, and that's starting field position for most teams has been on the 20.
Yeah, and the 20 versus the 40 is very different. Is the Wildcats are now taking the field here. Troy just came onto the field, and now the Wildcats are taking the field. And you know what?
you look at this place, Larry, and it's the uniqueness of having two rural public schools. And look, people can debate the private public thing all they want, whatever way you want to look at it. But it is undeniable that when you look at this place, it is filled. There are, you look at the Troy side, this means a ton to that community as well. Obviously, we know what it means to the Clarion and Clarion County community. And when you look at the two sides, this is what you dream of if you're a player, a coach, a fan. It's a really full. It's not a packed, but it's a really full Chapman Field.
There are a number of players, former players, that have made the trip down here, and our former superintendent, former assistant coach George White was here, and I think we talked about Bill Kaufman was planning on coming, and I'm sure Joe Carrico, this has been a dream for him come true. He played a very large role in getting this whole Central Clarion thing together.
Let's take a look at our martial law officials for today's game. The referee is Anthony Kalaman. The umpire, Jason Malone. The head linesman, Jay Kipp. The line judge, Donald Orwig. The field judge, Thomas Staub. The side judge is Shane Gemmel. The back judge, Travis Byers. On the chain crew today, Timothy Damon, Jeffrey Schwenk, and Josh Weigel. And the captains are out there for Central Clarion. It's Ferguson, Hyman. Oh, that's not Hyman. That's, excuse me.
That is Hyman, yeah, or not?
No, it's not. It's 58.
Hayden.
It is
58.
Oh, it is Hayden Hyman.
Yeah, it's Hayden Hyman.
Yeah. Then Braylon Beckwith, who unfortunately is injured and cannot play in this game. And
you feel for him.
Yeah, you do. And
he's been an outstanding player.
Central Clarion has won the toss. They've declined the football, so they want to go on defense first. So Troy will get the ball. This coin toss was brought to you by Generational Wealth Management. Find out more at gwn.mnam.com. So Central Clarion, for most of the season, kicked off. In the last two playoff games, they got the ball. Any superstition involved? I know the whole season you won you were kicking off, but at the same point in time, I think that maybe you'd have wanted to take the football there. But hey, we're going to step aside real quick as they get ready to do the national anthem. We'll be back for the start of this PIAA Class 1A championship football game after these messages.
Garbage company is like a good long snapper. You don't realize you need one until you don't have one. For a great, dependable garbage service in Clarion County, nobody does it better than Larson's Garbage Service. Locally owned and active in the community for over 50 years, Larson's offers flat rates that are easy to understand with no hidden fees and no contracts. Find out more at larsongarbageservice.com. Looking for affordable auto, home, and life insurance? Look no further than Allstate Insurance, the David Jones Agency in Clarion and Meadville. At the David Jones Agency, you get personalized attention from someone who lives where you do. The David Jones Agency meets you where you are. They are available during regular business hours, Monday through Friday at their office, via appointment at the office after hours, or remotely. The David Jones Agency also offers investment opportunities, including annuities and IRAs. The David Jones Agency can be reached in Clarion at 814-223-4000 and in Meadville at 814-337-5107. 22 years of the best wrestling camp you've never heard of. That's the Bruno Iorfido Wrestling Camp, which will be held June 16th through the 20th, 2025 in Port Allegany, PA, and will feature a star-studded lineup of clinicians. And don't forget about the blowout picnic to close out the festivities. It's legendary. Find out more at teambruno.org and like them on Facebook. We'll see you in June in Port Allegany, PA. This is Chris Rossetti from the YDL Sports Network, and I want to tell you about my friends at the Rehab Center, Chiropractors Caring for Health, with 8 locations to serve you, including in Clarion, Brookville, and Katanning. I've been going to the Rehab Center since 2009, and I wouldn't trust my back and neck health to anyone else. The Rehab Centers include 3 D9 athletic alums, and Isaac Greeley of Port Allegany, Matt Brush of Brookville, and Derek Mason of Cameron County, along with 4 additionally highly trained chiropractors, including Jason Jacobs. Find out more at therehabcenters.com. That's the Old English spelling of centers with an RES at the end.
For residential and commercial construction services you can trust, call Delta Contracting and Design Incorporated in Strattonville today at 814-764-5506. Or if it's concrete and excavating work you need done, then call Ace Concrete and Excavating at 814-764-5551. More on both Delta Contracting and Design and Ace Concrete and Excavating can be found at delcondesign.com. That's DELCON design.com.
And we get ready to kick off here. Thomas Euchert kicking off for the Central Clarion.
And Euchert's kickoff will go to the 5-yard line where it's taken by Kimmicks. Kimmicks tries to make a move, and he is still on his feet. He tosses the ball. The ball is loose. And Central Clarion says it has it. Do they? We'll find out.
Yes, sir.
Still waiting for an official signal, and it is. It is Central Clarion football as they turn the ball over right out of the gates. The Wildcats have turned it over. They strip it from Kimmicks, and Central Clarion has the ball at the 20-yard line of Troy to start this football game. You couldn't have asked for a better start.
Absolutely. Absolutely. This is so exciting. I mean, we just talked about them not having many tackles, but that time is a great strip, and I'd love to have seen who made the tackle on that.
So they're going to come here with Ferguson at quarterback, and is that Hyman in the backfield?
Sure looks like it. Yes, it is.
So they're going to go power formation, almost like a Wildcat with Ferguson. He'll take it, and he'll find a little bit of a room, and he'll be down to the 15-yard line. A 5-yard gain as the Wildcats enter the Pizza Hut red zone. Nobody out Pizza Hut, pizzahut.com. This first quarter brought to you by Red Bank Chevrolet. For a great newer used car, check out Red Bank Chevrolet in New Bethlehem. Come in today for a test drive or check out their inventory online at redbankchevrolet.com. So a little bit of a wrinkle there for the Wildcats going with Wildcat formation with the quarterback. You never usually see the quarterback in a Wildcat, but that's exactly what they did. Now they'll go into a more traditional shotgun set.
Hyman's back at guard. Josh Duncan was in there. They moved Hyman back to be a lead blocker for him.
Here's a little pitch to Rex, trying to find the corner. He will. He's at the 5. There's a flag down, though, Larry. There's a flag down at the 12-yard line. This one's coming back. Yeah, this one's going to come back as he was down at about the 1-yard line, but a Bruno Iorfido holding penalty on the Wildcats is bringing this back.
It was a jet to the Z-back, and that was number 22, Ethan Rex, who took it in the end zone. Unfortunately, this is going to be called back.
Rex was actually out of bounds at about the half-a-yard line.
Was he?
Yeah, that's where they were standing. But it's going to come back here on a Bruno Iorfido wrestling camp penalty, so it'll be at the 23-yard line. It'll be second down and 13, so penalties have been a little bit of an issue at times for the Wildcats.
Especially last week, early on in the game, but they seem to overcome those penalties, Chris. And we'll see what they do here. This will be second down and about 13.
So second and 13. Ferguson will take and will keep it himself. He looks to reach the edge, and he is tripped up. Just tripping him up there was number 2, Jaden Cutt, as he just crosses the 20 back into the Pizza Hut red zone at the 19-yard line, but now an opportunity for a stop for Troy to maybe force a field goal attempt, and that would be a big win coming off of that fumble on the opening kickoff.
They had the down mark at second. It is third down.
Yeah, it's third down now. Third down and 9 for the Wildcats at the 19-yard line of Troy. They had it at the half-a-yard line, but a holding penalty really set them back here. So now they're going to have to go 3rd and 9 from the 19. Ferguson in the shotgun, 3 receivers to his right, single receiver to his left. Now he puts a man in motion. That's Rex. Takes it, looks to throw towards Rex, and he overthrows him. And that'll most likely bring out Thomas Euchert to attempt a field goal.
It's unfortunate whether Ethan or Mason Burford came wide open on a post right there.
It was like they had decided they were going to there right away. So now Euchert on to attempt a field goal. This is going to be from the far hash, and it's going to be a 26, 27-yard field goal, depending on where Noah Harrison puts it down. So a little bit of an angle here as Euchert. Snap is there. Kick is up. That kick is good. And Central Clarion takes a 3-0 lead on the Thomas Euchert field goal, but still a win in some ways for the Troy defense.
Yes.
So we'll be right back here on the YDL Sports Network. Truck buying and repair at its finest. That's what you get at Ascendant's Truck Centers in Clarion, Erie, and Youngstown. Ascendant's Truck Centers, the Clarion location previously known as Zoccaro Motors, has been in the same location since 1940 and is part of the largest international dealer network in Pennsylvania. At Ascendant's Truck Center in Clarion, you get the same great service to customers with the same great people serving you. Ascendant's is locally owned, but with more ways to serve you in the trucking industry. Visit us in person on the Greenville, Pike, and Clarion, or at our Erie and Youngstown locations, or online at ascendantstrucks.com.
Back here where Central Clarion has taken a 3-0 lead on the 27-yard field goal by Thomas Euchert. But again, Central Clarion had great field position to start that drive at the 20-yard line, and the penalty forced them into the field goal. But still, having that opportunity to kick the field goal was huge. And here's Euchert to kick it off. This kick is going to be taken again by Kimmicks at the 5-yard line. Kimmicks turns upfield, and he will go down at about the 23-yard line.
Right.
And that's where Troy will get its first offensive possession, trailing 3-0.
A very similar start to last week, Chris. I mean, we started out with a penalty that cost us maybe an opportunity to win and score, and we kicked a field goal. So let's. I'm hoping that sets the dialogue for today.
That kickoff was brought to you by DE Sports. So they're going to go here with under center. They're going to pitch that ball to Smith, and Smith is going to fight his way for about 3 to the 26-yard line. It'll be 2nd down and 7.
Just a motion. They ran deep motion right there and pitched the ball to him, and they ran the ball to the left. They've been extremely a right-hand team for a lot of what I saw in 3 games that we kind of charted together there. Now they're coming back in their pro, Chris.
Yeah, Gillen will be the eye.
Look for the option here.
They're going to option it with the quarterback, and Woodward will get maybe to the 30-yard line where it'll set up a 3rd down and about 3. So
that's a midline option. What happens is that they don't block the tackle. They hope that the tackle comes down on the fake to the fullback, and then he keeps the ball. And that's pretty much exactly what happened, but the linebacker makes the play on it.
So 3rd down and 3 here for Troy. Early on, they trail 3-0, 8:37 to go on a running first quarter clock. First quarter brought to you by Red Bank Chevrolet. So they're going to go I formation again, dotted by Gillen.
Look to the left here.
They're going to hand it to the fullback, and he's going to be real close. I think he's going to have the first down. That is Millard. And where they're standing, it's real close. It's going to be a first down. It will be a Tonesta Builder Supply first down for Troy. So Troy's able to pound its way to that opening first down.
We talked about this, Cale Millard. He's a 220-pound load. I'll tell you what, he's hits the hole hard. And that's the triple option. He ran the dive that time.
So first down here. Woodward under center in the I formation.
Look for the ball coming to right here.
Woodward will hand it to, that is Gillen, and Gillen is going to have about 11 yards on the play out to the 44-yard line. So Troy winning that battle up front here early on.
They had him at the line of scrimmage, and he broke the tackle. Straight ahead runner, lowered his shoulders, and picked up some good yardage here, 10 yards.
So first down and 10 at the 44 for Troy. 3-0 Central Clarion in the lead here. Still about midpoint of first quarter action.
That was a hold off here.
So they're going to look to throw the ball. They're looking for a deep ball, and it is incomplete. Great coverage there by Ethan Burford. Is begging for a penalty was Kimmicks, but he's not going to get it. I thought that was just fantastic coverage by Burford.
It was. To go back to the play before that 10 yards, they're kind of going against some of their tendencies. They ran the ball a lot to their strength. That last play where they got picked up 10 yards was back to what I would call the quick side or the split end side.
So bring up 2nd down and 10 here for the Trojans of Troy. They're in the I formation, dotted by Gillen.
Double tight here.
They're going to hand it straight forward to the fullback, Millard, and he gets a nice gainer over midfield into Central Clarion territory at about the 49-yard line. That'll be a pickup of 6, and right now that's giving the Wildcats some problems.
Just a straight fullback dive, and of course we talk about the option, staying disciplined on the option. Bill linebacker has got to be able to pick up that fullback.
So it'll bring up a 3rd down and 4 here. Woodward goes under center, barking out the signals. He will hand it to Gilland, and Gilland will dive forward for a 1st down at the 46, maybe the 45-yard line. And Troy doing what Troy has done to everybody all year.
Right.
They're just lining up and out muscling you up front.
They've just about everything's been inside the tackles right now. I expect them to start moving outside with the option.
So 1st down and 10 at the 45 of the Wildcats are Troy. Woodward under center.
Here comes the option. There it
it,
is.
and he is met and dropped after a gain of 2, as Ferguson was the first one in there to meet him at the 43-yard line.
Very well defended right there. The defensive end held his position, which would have been a concern of mine. Staying disciplined on. You got to have somebody taking that quarterback, somebody taking the dive back, and obviously somebody picking up the pitch back.
So that'll bring up a 2nd down and 8 at the 43 of the Wildcats. Central Clarion up 3-0. 5:34 to go on a quick-moving first quarter clock.
A double tight again with the wing left. I formation.
Going to pitch it to Gilland. Gilland cuts it up. He's got some room. He's still on his feet. He turns, and he's got a 1st down inside the 35. They're going to mark him right at the 35-yard line.
And that's one of the things right then is you just can't arm tackle this young man. You've got to tackle, and you got to keep your feet driving. They had him maybe 3 yards before the 1st down, and he just was able to spin off and make that additional yardage.
Now a little bit of confusion as to who should be in the game for the Wildcats.
Well, that comes with a 5 front, which keeps Peyton Warren in. Now they're coming.
They're going to get a pitch to Gilland, and Gilland trying to hit the corner. He does. He's over the 30 and pushed out of bounds at about the 27-yard line. They're going to put that one down at the 27. So it's a pickup of 8 on the play, and watching right now is Troy gashing the Clarion defense, the Central Clarion defense, like you haven't seen all season, Larry.
Right. It's 4:51 in the first quarter. We are winning 3-0 Central Clarion. That was a pitch that time.
So 2nd down and 2 for the Trojans at the 27-yard line of Central Clarion.
Coming double tight again with the wing left.
Woodward will hand it to Gilland straight up the middle. He's got a big hole. He's got a 1st down as he runs through players all the way down to about the 17-yard line. It's another Tonesta Builder Supply 1st down as the Troy Trojans enter the Tonesta Red Zone, the Pizza Hut Red Zone.
Right. And again, we talked about tendencies. The tendency was always to run to their strength with their double tight, but they usually still ran to their wing. If you look at it, was a very high percentage when I talk about a tendency of running to your wing. They're coming out double tight in the wing again. I'm going to assume they're going to probably stay in this.
They're going to pitch it this time to Smith, and Smith is going to fight his way for about 3 yards inside the 15 to the 13-yard line.
Right. Right now, we need that inside of our defensive line to, begin to take charge or neutralize their offensive attack right here. Their offense is getting off the ball pretty quick, their offensive line.
So bring up a 2nd down and about 6 here from the 13. They've got to get to the 7 for a 1st down. Smith is still at the eye here. They're going to hand it to Millard, and Millard is going to get it inside the 10 to about the 9, and that's going to bring up a 3rd down and about 3. And right now, again, it's 3rd and manageable, and they're staying in front of the chains are the Troy Trojans.
Got to begin changing this line of scrimmage. Central Clarion's defense right now, they're being neutralized or in some cases driven off the ball. And they've pretty much have had their best success running right up the middle here between the tackles.
So 3rd down and about 2 at the 9. I formation again with Smith in the
Quick
back.
pitch.
They're going to pitch it to Smith, and he's got a huge hole. And he's going to actually, that isn't Smith, that is number 23, Gilland. And Gilland is going to fight his way inside the 5 to the 4, where it's going to be 1st and goal for the Trojans, who not only are moving the football, they are also keeping the Central Clarion offense off the field, as we're down to 2:54 on a running first quarter clock. Even though Central Clarion leads 3-0, right now the momentum is in Troy's favor.
Put the flanker out here this time, so it's a flanker left with an I formation, double tight.
So Woodward is going to hand it to Gilland right up the middle, and he's going to be into the end zone for a Troy Trojan touchdown as they answer the Central Clarion field goal with a long touchdown drive to take a 6-3 lead.
Just there was a huge gap there. That left side of Troy's line just opened up a big hole right there. And contact was first made in the end zone from the Clarion linebacker right there.
So it looks like Heasley on to attempt the extra point out of the hole to Fry. Low snap, kick is up.
Block.
That kick is no good.
Boy, I thought it was blocked.
It's no good, so Central Clarion will be within 3 here as they trail 6-3. We'll be right back here on Delta Contractor and Design High School Football on the YDL Sports Network. Troy 6, Central Clarion 3, 2:30 to go, first quarter.
For real estate needs, estate planning, and estate probate, along with municipal law, Marshall Law Office LLC in Shippenville is here for all your needs. John F. Marshall, attorney at law, was an outstanding athlete at Clarion High School and takes the same drive and dedication with him in his practice. Marshall Law Office LLC can be reached at 814-226-7410 or via email at johnmarshall@marshallawofficellc.com. This is Chris Rossetti from the YDL Sports Network, and I want to tell you about my friends at the Rehab Center, Chiropractors Caring for Health, with 8 locations to serve you, including in Clarion, Brookville, and Katanning. I've been going to the Rehab Center since 2009, and I wouldn't trust my back and neck health to anyone else. The Rehab Centers include 3 D9 athletic alums, and Isaac Greeley of Port Allegheny, Matt Brush of Brookville, and Derek Mason of Cameron County, along with 4 additionally highly trained chiropractors, including Jason Jacobs. Find out more at therehabcenters.com. That's the Old English spelling of centers with an R-E-S at the end.
Back here as Troy has taken a 6-3 lead. That was a 15-play, 77-yard drive that took up 7 minutes and 9 seconds. And that's exactly what you wanted to do if you were the Troy Trojans. So they're going to kick it off, and it's a ground ball kick, and Central Clarion can't get it, and it is going to be recovered by Troy at the 35-yard line. So a Wildcat coming up. I think that was number 44, Brad Parker, and he couldn't cover it. Instead, the Troy Trojans now have taken over at the Wildcat 35-yard line.
It's an unfortunate turn of events here for the Central Clarion Wildcats. It was almost just an onside kick. I don't think it was intended to be an onside kick. I think it was to keep it away from Burford and Rex, who've been 2 great returners for Central Clarion this year. So
it's not like they haven't seen that before, though, Larry.
No.
So they're going to now Troy, which is just
too many players on the field. There should be. I think they took a timeout. They broke the huddle.
Let's find out. Yeah, they're going to charge Troy here with a timeout. It'll be there first. So we'll take it with them. We'll be back after this. It's 6-3 Troy, 2:27 to go. First quarter, Troy with the ball at the Central Clarion 35-yard line.
Are you looking for fundraising ideas? Does your team need sports apparel promotional items? Maybe it's a team store you're looking for. Call or visit DE Sports Inc. on Main Street in Clarion. If you dream it, they make it. Call them at 814-226-4871 and like them on Facebook. Dave Eastad and crew will take care of you. C&A Trees is your Christmas headquarters in Clarion County. From Christmas trees to wreaths, swags, garland, lawn decorations, and great gift ideas, C&A Trees, just a mile and a half south of the Clarion Mall, has it all. Make sure to check out their poinsettia room with the largest selection of poinsettias in the area. C&A Trees is open Monday through Friday, 9 to 6, Saturday, 9 to 5, and Sunday, 10 to 3. Check them out online at catrees.com and like them on Facebook.
So that'll be first down and 10 for Troy at the 35 after that kickoff that Central Clarion couldn't recover. And now the Wildcats are in a position that they're not used to being in, Larry, and that's they're trailing and some things have not gone their way.
Well, they're coming to use it a 4-4 this time. I'd like to see them come in with some pressure this time.
They're going to hand it to Gilland, and Gilland is going to fight his way for about 5 yards out to the 30-yard line, and they are just right now, it's domination up front by Troy.
Absolutely. Briggs Beckwith did come in on a stunt that time. The right guard, who I've talked about a little bit, picked him up, that Camden Coyle, that gave that opening there.
So second down and 5 after the run of 5 by Gilland. Now they're in the I formation. Woodward under center. He's going to hand it to Gilland. Gilland is going to be met at the line of scrimmage, but he still falls forward for about a yard or so. It'll bring up a third down and 4. You'd figure it is probably 4-down territory right now. And so as a 4-down territory, Troy probably feeling pretty comfortable at 3rd and 4.
That was Hayden Hyman on the tackle right there. He was able to get rid of the blocker and make that tackle at the line of scrimmage.
It'll be 3rd down and 4 at the 29-yard line of the Wildcats are the Troy Trojans. Late here in the first quarter, Troy leads 6-3.
Okay, they're coming on a what I call a con or a pro left formation. Flanker left, split right.
They're going to hand it. No, the quarterback's going to keep it, and he's going to go over the 20 down to about the 18-yard line. Great option play there by Woodward. And right now, Troy doing whatever it wants to do on the offensive side of the football as they enter the Pizza Hut red zone.
Now, unfortunately there, I mean, we got so much penetration, and then our defense got ahead of the play, and he brought the ball right back up in the middle. So generally the option, he's reading that left defensive end or our right defensive end.
So first down and 10 at the 18 for Troy. They're going to pitch it to Gilland, and Gilland is going to be tackled in the backfield. Great play there by Briggs Beckwith. As Beckwith knocks him, that'll mark it down at the 26-yard line. So a loss there on the play of about 8 yards.
Briggs came in on a blitz that time right up the middle and stuffed that play.
That'll be the final play of quarter number 1 here from Chapman Field in Mechanicsburg. At the end of the first quarter, it is Troy 6, Central Clarion 3. You're listening to high school football on the YDL Sports Network, powered by Delta Contractors and Design.
Looking for a new computer? Stop at Computer Support in Clarion with authorized sales, service, and repair of Acer and HP computer equipment. Fred and Kim have been in business for over 40 years. With a large qualified staff, Computer Support can help you find that perfect computer for work or home. They offer IT support service in their drop-off repair center, remote in business, on site at your location. Call Computer Support at 814-226-7456 or stop by anytime off Interstate 80, exit 62. 22 years of the best wrestling camp you've never heard of. That's the Bruno Iorfido Wrestling Camp, which will be held June 16th through the 20th, 2025 in Port Allegany, PA, and will feature a star-studded lineup of clinicians. And don't forget about the blowout picnic to close out the festivities. It's legendary. Find out more at teambruno.org and like them on Facebook. We'll see you in June in Port Allegany, PA.
Getting ready here for the CNA Trees second quarter. CNA Trees just a mile and a half south of the Clarion Mall. It's Clarion County's Christmas headquarters. From trees and wreaths to lawn decorations and gifts. Check out CNA Trees online at catrees.com. It'll be second down and 18 for Troy at the Central Clarion 26-yard line as we start this second quarter.
And they're coming in a gun. It looks more of a spread formation, generally a passing formation right here. We'll see what happens, but
looks like
up to this point, a lot of people would have said that's a kind of boring offense. I mean, they just ran the ball down with running an I formation.
So out of the gun is Woodward with two receivers to his right, single receiver to his left, puts a man in motion. He's going to fake it to him and then keep it, and he's got some room, and he's going to get it about 8 of those yards back to the 20-yard line, and it'll bring up a third down and about 12, but that's a nice gainer on a 2nd and 18.
Fake the jet and just carry the ball up inside. Central Clarion runs that play a lot with Jace Ferguson.
Woodward going over, getting the play call from the sideline, brings it over to the huddle. Still,
I mean, normally I would think it would be a pass, but this team, if they gain 4 or 5 yards there, they're still going to go for it on fourth down.
I think they're going for it on fourth down either way here.
Yeah.
So
they've got deuces, 2x2.
So out of the gun, they put a man in motion again. They're going to fake it to him, looking to throw his Woodward. Now he's going to run it, and he is going to be hit and dropped right at the line of scrimmage. I think that was Hyman that got a round on him, or was that Matt Alston?
Matt
Alston.
Alston. Both of them. Matt and
so
Alston.
That brings up a fourth down now, and
11, 12
and
yards.
Looking like they're going to go for it here. And so now Central Clarion's defense with a chance to pick up its special teams like Troy's did. But the difference is that Troy doesn't feel comfortable kicking a 37-yard field goal like Central Clarion did.
Again, for our radio audience, it's 6-3 right now. Troy's leading Central Clarion.
So out of the gun here is Woodward. 2 receivers to the left, 2 receivers to the right. Sidecar is Millard. Back to throw. Woodward's looking. He's got a man open, and that is going to be a touchdown for Brendan Gilland. And somehow or other, Gilland was lost by the Clarion secondary on 4th and 12, and it is now a 12-3 lead for Troy.
I'm not sure what happened on that play. It was it looked like we were in man coverage, and somebody just either got caught up, and he was able to sneak in on a flag pattern, which would be down and out to the sidelines.
Gillen was wide open on that play. There wasn't a Wildcat defender within 5 yards of him. So now it looks like they're going to go for 2 to make this a 14-3 lead. They're going to go out of the gun here with Woodward. Woodward looking to throw. Woodward throwing, and it is incomplete. Had a step on it there was the receiver, but the throw was a little off, and we will now watch as Troy takes a 12-3 lead with 10:20 to go here in quarter number 2, brought to you by C&A Trees. We'll be right back on the YDL Sports Network, powered by Delta Contractors and Design.
This is Chris Rossetti from the YDL Sports Network, and I want to tell you about my friends at the Rehab Center, Chiropractors Caring for Health, with 8 locations to serve you, including in Clarion, Brookville, and Katanning. I've been going to the Rehab Center since 2009, and I wouldn't trust my back and neck health to anyone else. The Rehab Centers include 3 D9 athletic alums, and Isaac Greeley of Port Allegheny, Matt Brush of Brookville, and Derek Mason of Cameron County, along with 4 additionally highly trained chiropractors, including Jason Jacobs. Find out more at therehabcenters.com. That's the Old English spelling of centers with an R-E-S at the end.
So Central Clarion facing some adversity like this for the first time this season, trailing 12-3 with 10:20 to go in the first half.
I'm going back to that first game against Du Bois. They took some early.
They were
runs,
down.
yeah.
They were down 14-7 in that game, 7-0 and 14-7. Rex will take the kickoff at the 10. He stutters at the 20. Cuts at the 25, cuts up, and will be tackled at about the 27-yard line, where Central Clarion will have the football for the first time in about a quarter of football play. That's the other thing that has happened in this game, is that Troy not only has had the football a bunch, they've been able to kill a lot of clock and keep this high-powered Wildcat offense off the field.
Just said what I talked about, just an old-fashioned offense. It was run in the 70s, 80s, and 90s, just lined up in an ISO, diving the ball. Pitching the ball.
1st and 10 at the 28. They'll send Sawicki to the left, Burford's to the right. The wing back is Rex. Harrison, the sidecar to Ferguson. They're going to hand it to Harrison, and Harrison's got some room up over the 30 to about the 32, 33-yard line. It's going to be a pickup of 5 on first down for the Wildcats.
Nice run by Harrison, and great blocking on that side of the line by Hayden and Jimmy Kerr.
It'll be 2nd down and 5 for the Wildcats, and it's really essential right now, Larry, that they pick up at least a couple of first downs on this drive.
No question. I think it's important for them to get down the field and score just from a confidence standpoint. We talked about that game at Du Bois, and that's one of the things they did do.
So out of the gun is Ferguson
2 receivers to the left, single receiver to the right. Ferguson's going to keep it himself. He's going to try to bounce it outside, and he is met. He's hit. He's still on his feet. He's bouncing across the 35, and he gets out to about the 37, about a yard short of the first down on the play.
There again, typically Jace would be breaking that thing for a very long run, and if it wouldn't be for, I'm going to use the term tenacity of Troy's defense, where they hustled to the ball.
It'll be a 3rd down and a long one here for the Wildcats at the 37-yard line of Troy. They're going to go out of the gun with Ferguson. They trail. Central Clarion does 12-3, 8:50 on a running second quarter clock. Second quarter brought to you by CNA Trees. Ferguson will put a man in motion, and he'll keep it himself. He's looking to get outside, and he's not going to get it, and he's going to be dropped right at the line of scrimmage. And so Troy has come out and shown that, hey, we've heard a lot about this team, but we're not going to take it. And now it's 4th and 1, and now decision time for Davey Eagleton.
Well, it's still early, to come up and go on 4th. And if you don't make it on that last play, it was just a situation where he started coming up the line. It was blocked, and he moved lateral on it. And generally something that Jace usually just lowers his shoulder and keeps running, but
so now they're going to go for it here from the 37. Ferguson's in the gun.
We'll see if it's going to be. No, they're
going to keep it with Ferguson. He's going to dive forward, and the line pushes just enough for him to get the first down at the 39-yard line. So good job there by the line. Give them some credit. Brought to you by Computer Support.
And Chase credit, too. I mean, that time, what I just said to you earlier, I think if he just lowered his shoulder and the kind of power that he runs with, he could have maybe got that first down to begin with.
So 1st down and 10 for the Wildcats at their own 39-yard line. Quick moving first half, 7:40 to go on a first half running clock.
Boy, they're one-on-one Burford over there. No safety. They're not playing. They're playing run.
They're going to hand it off to Harrison, and Harrison will pick up a couple yards to about the 41-yard line. It'll bring up a 2nd down and 8. The Wildcats going against the wind right now. So it'll be 2nd down and 8 for Central Clarion at the 41-yard line, their own 41. Sledding's been tough here in the early going for this offense.
Troy, no question, wants Clarion to throw the ball. I mean, they've stacked 9 people up here in the line.
They're going to flip it here to Rex, and Rex is going to make one man miss, and then he's going to be hit and drop for a yard loss back at the 40-yard line.
Big penetration over there. And that was one of their leading tacklers, number 17, is that Noah Ellis.
At some point, you're right, Larry. They're going to have to take a shot down.
Well, they're one-on-one. I'll be interested. It's 3rd and long here. Are they going to put a safety back there? I mean, I just can't believe I would ever go into a game.
No, there's no safety help at all here.
Look at it down there.
I mean, they're begging Central Clarion to throw here, and they're going to. Looking to throw is Ferguson. He's hit, and the ball comes loose, and it'll be recovered. No, they're going to call it an incomplete pass. They're calling it an incomplete pass. But, again, for maybe the pressure came from Troy, and now it's 4th down, and it's going to set up a Daddy's in Clarion punting situation. Never punt on lunch or dinner. Stop in at Daddy's on Main Street in Clarion for a delicious meal every time at an affordable price. Check out their daily Chef Choice menu on Facebook at Daddy's Clarion.
I just watched the Detroit game last night. What they elected to do against Love is just bring pressure, and that's what Troy did. They didn't put a safety back, and they got the pressure immediately on Jace. He couldn't throw the ball.
So Rex the punt. Rolls out, and he's going to punt it, and it's a high punt. Fair catch called for and made at the 30-yard line by Mason Smith, and that's where Troy, leading 12-3 with 6:08 to play here in the first half, will take over. And now the Central Clarion defense tasked with coming up with a stop.
Real key. They've come in a 4-4 defense. They've kind of moved Jace up a little bit tighter from his safety position, in fact.
So they're going to go out of the I formation. Woodward calling out the signals. He's going to hand it to Mallard, and the ball was loose, and it looks like it was fallen on by Troy, as they're going to get about a yard on the play. I think that ball came loose, Larry.
Yeah, it did. He fumbled the ball there.
So it'll bring up a 2nd down and 9. Really, the difference in this football game right now was Central Clarion only got 3 out of its turnover, and Troy got 6 out of its, and that's why we're at 12-3 right now in favor of Troy.
And a miscommunication in the secondary there, I think.
The penalty on Central Clarion's first drive that kept them from being at the 1-yard line. So out of the I formation again, they're going to fake it to Gilland. He's looking to throw. He's hit as he throws. He lays it up there, and he overthrows his man, but he was forced to throw. Woodward was there as a Central Clarion defensive back or linebacker was on him in a hurry.
Had a couple steps on Mason there that time. But the ball was about 5 yards over his head.
Woodward was hit as he threw it. So now a big 3rd down and 9. Third down's brought to you by Luton's Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning. When you get backed up, Luton's Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning get you moving again. So 3rd and 9 for Troy at their own 31-yard line, up 12-3 with 5:20 to play in the second quarter, brought to you by CNA Trees.
Here comes this 2-by-2 formation. Last time they threw the Clyde Connie pass, they're going to dive.
Keep it with the quarterback, and he is going to be
a yard.
Boy, they're giving him that first down, Larry.
Really?
What a spot. He was able to get that spot for the first down. Woodward on the option picks up 9, and it's a first down for Troy.
That's a midline on that case where, again, they don't block the defensive tackle. The defensive tackle collapsed on the dive, all right? And it's a tough play to defend. The linebacker has to be there, to take the quarterback on the play.
First down and 10 at the 40 for Troy. They've converted a long 4th down and now a long 3rd down. Woodward with just a running back. He'll keep it himself, and he will pick up 6. He's still on his feet, and finally he is brought down at about they're going to mark it at the 47-yard line. But the Troy offensive line is just creating massive holes right now.
Well, again, what I'm saying is that the defensive tackle was playing across from the guard. The guard's coming down on the linebacker, all right? So Jimmy's got to stay disciplined and kind of not collapse with that to the dive on the fullback because the quarterbacks are running up in the area he just vacated. So you watch this, you look at this. The guard will bypass Jimmy.
2nd and 3 here. They're going to hand it to Millard, and this time he's hit and dropped at the line of scrimmage. Bring up a 3rd down and 3.
Now, what they decided to do that time is they kept Jimmy out, and they brought that linebacker up through the A-gap, and he took the fullback, and Jimmy would have been there for the quarterback for that play.
That seems to be when they've had their most success. It's because the linebackers have been able to fill and allow the defensive linemen to do some other things, Larry.
Yeah.
Am I seeing that right?
Yes.
So 3rd down now and 3 for Troy at the own 47, 3:23 on a running first half clock. They're up 12-3. Woodward under center. He's going to hand it to Gilland, and Gilland with a huge hole over the 50, over the 45, down to about the 44-yard line, where it'll be another first down and 10 for the Troy Trojans.
Again, I got to give a lot of credit to Troy's staff here because they've really gone against their tendencies that Central Clarion had on them. And that time they came back to the quick side with a dive. They've been mainly a team that ran towards what we call their strength, where their wingback is.
So first down and 10 here at the 44 of Central Clarion. Late in the first half, Troy already up 9. They're going to look to throw. That's a backwards pass. It is caught over there by Gilland, I think, and he is going to be dropped actually for a yard loss back to the 45-yard line.
That could have easily been a penalty call against Troy.
For what?
They're blocking the back right there. Their tight end pushed him 5 yards, actually pushed him into the play.
We'll bring up 2nd down and 11 here. Troy not in any hurry. 2:20 as the clock continues to run. They're up 12-3. I think they'd like to get into the end zone here before the half. That would make things very difficult for Central Clarion, I believe. They put a man in motion under center. They're going to pitch it here to Gillen. Gillen avoids a trip up in the backfield and will dive forward to about the 41-yard line, where it'll bring up a third down and about 7.
Central Clarion's doing a great job of turning the play back in. It's just the inside defenders have to maintain their gap responsibilities and not get out ahead of the ball.
Bring up a 3rd and 7, down to a minute 30 on a running first half clock. Out of the gun is Woodward. He'll take the snap. He rolls to his right, looking to throw. Throws it downfield. He's got a guy there, and it's incomplete. Bounces it in, and now it's going to bring up another 4th down and 7 from the 41, and we'll see what Troy decides to do. I think if it was me, I'd punt it away. I'm already up 12-3 with a minute 20 to go. Central Clarion would have to be throwing into the wind.
That was the same pass play that they scored on. It's called a smash route. The outside receiver will do a 5-yard hook, hoping to keep the corner up there, and then they do an out pattern to, if the corner stays up, he gets in behind the corner.
They are going to punt here. At least they're in a punt formation with Lincoln Kimmicks. Ferguson and Rex are deep. And now they're going to run it. They're going to run it. They're going to fake it, and he's going to make a man miss. And down the sideline, he's got a first down. And it's going to be at the 25-yard line, and that wasn't necessarily a planned fake, but there is a flag down on the far side. There's a flag down on the far sideline over by the Troy bench.
It looks like it is coming back.
And it looks like it's going to come back here. We'll wait for the call. It's an illegal formation on the Trojans. So, whoa, Central Clarion might have just got the break they needed in this football game, because Troy was about to be at the 25-yard line. Instead, they're going to be forced to punt it again. And now, if you're the Wildcats, you can't go. See, the problem there, I thought, Larry, was they tried to go for the block plus have 2 guys back trying to receive the football.
Oh, they had the tackle there. I mean, we just missed the tackle off of that fake.
They're going to punt it again here with Kimmicks now with a minute 10 to go. Again, 2 guys back deep. Kimmicks line drive punt. It's going to take a Troy bounce inside the 20, inside the 10, and it'll finally roll to a dead stop at the 8-yard line, which is where Central Clarion will take over with just 59 seconds to play in the half. It'll be interesting to see what they decide to do here, especially going against the wind.
For our radio audience, it's 12-3.
That's our entire audience today, Larry.
Yes, it is. It's Troy 12 and Central Clarion 3.
59 seconds to go in the half. Wildcats at their own 8-yard line. And we've got a TV timeout, so we'll step away here. You're listening to Delta Contracting High School Football on the YDL Sports Network. 12-3 Troy.
This is Chris Rossetti from the YDL Sports Network, and I want to tell you about my friends at the Rehab Center.
Whether retirement is just around the corner or years away, John Bongiovanni, Lucas Slazak, and Adam Jack of Generational Wealth Management in Erie and Bradford are here for you. John, a Forbes-recognized best-in-state wealth advisor, Lucas and Adam provide customized investment advisory solutions and retirement planning services. Generational Wealth Management offers world-class investment services and internationally recognized insurance products from Northwestern Mutual, an industry leader.
What's the recipe for surprising the kids?
Okay, we're back here. 59 seconds left. Central Clarion its own 8-yard line in the first half, trailing 12-3. Ferguson goes with a Larry likes to call it the Hawaii 5-0 formation.
Right.
They're going to put a man in motion. That's Kemmer. Ferguson looks to throw. Now he rolls again. Now he's in trouble. Now he just throws it up for grabs, and it is intercepted. And no, it's incomplete. As Ferguson was under pressure and just threw one up for grabs there. And right now, I hate to say it, Larry, but I'm seeing a little panic on the Central Clarion.
The last thing you want to do is turn the ball over here, and you want to look to see if we can get a first down here in a quick fashion here. Those short, quick passes would be something I would look at. Maybe an inside run, take a timeout. You might pick up some big yardage here. they are totally ignoring keeping a free safety back. So it's one-on-one.
Right now, they're winning those one-on-one battles.
Yep, and they're bringing pressure with this.
Ferguson, play action fake, looks to throw. He's got Sawicki out there. Sawicki has it, and he drops it. And they're going to call it an incomplete pass. It's an incomplete pass. Sawicki had it at the 40-yard line and dropped the football.
Okay, hit the ground, and we give a lot of credit here to that Joe Fry, who just did the coverage on him. Sawicki kind of laid on the ground. He helped him up to his feet. So that's a pretty class act.
Sawicki had a step on it, and
the ball was right there.
Yeah, ball was right there. It just clanged off his hands, and now the problem for Central Clarion, Larry, was 2 timeouts left for Troy, and it's 3rd down and 10 from their own 7-yard or 8-yard line here.
Right.
You tried the 2 passes, both of them were incomplete, and now you're in trouble of possibly handing the ball back to Troy with an opportunity. They're going to run with Ferguson here. Ferguson's up the middle. Ferguson's got some room, stumbles at the 20. He's still on his feet at the 30. He breaks loose. He's at the 40. He spins at the 45-yard line, and he is taken down right there at the 45. But a huge run there by Jace Ferguson.
The Jace Ferguson that we've grown to love. That was a run and a half.
And Central Clarion will use its first timeout. We'll take it with them. We'll be right back here on the YDL Sports Network.
What's the recipe for surprising the kids, treating yourself, and ditching dish duty? You're looking at it. Order your Pizza Hut faves like Original Pan, Original Stuffed Crust, and more at pizzahut.com. No one out-pizzas the Hut.
With locations in Shippenville and Tionesta, Tionesta Builder Supply is a full-service home improvement center specializing in everything you need to build or remodel your home. From power tools and accessories to paint and sundries and general hardware merchandise, Tionesta Builders has everything you need to get your project done quickly. Find out more at tionestabuilders.us and like them on Facebook. Back here at Chapman Field, 34 seconds left here in quarter number 2, brought to you by CNA Trees. Central Clarion trailing Troy 12-3. Big run just there from Jace Ferguson from his own 8-yard line out to his 45. Central Clarion still with 2 timeouts left.
They're still straight zero coverage. When I say zero, no free safety. They're playing man coverage on every receiver here. They're matching up.
So Ferguson will go into the shotgun here with 2 receivers to each side.
They're going to give him the 10 and under route. You can see them already beginning to drop out.
Ferguson back to throw.
Like, for example, right there
under pressure, he's going to go down at the 38-yard line as Troy's defensive line just ran right through the Central Clarion offensive line, and now the Wildcats will call their second timeout, and we'll take it with them here with 27 seconds to go in the half, and Central Clarion trailing 12-3. You're watching high school football on the YDL Sports Network, powered by Delta Contractors and Design.
When most places start preparing for a long winter's nap, we start living our best life. The mountainsides burning with color ignite something inside that now is the time to embrace what's around us. Warren County, Pennsylvania really is paradise, as we are surrounded with beautiful places and smiling faces. Warren County, Pennsylvania. Find your adventure, find your peace.
Back here with 27 seconds to go in the first half, Troy leading Central Clarion 12-3. It'll be 2nd and 17 for the Wildcats at their own 38-yard line.
There's enough time here that may be an opportunity to hit one of their quick screens.
They got to do something because right now Troy is just
there's nobody in the middle.
Yeah, Troy is just coming straight at them with a pass rush that they're having trouble picking up right now.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. They have 5 guys blocking. What do you think?
Yeah, so that should tell you somebody's open.
Or 6 with the back.
Out of the gun, looking to throw is Ferguson. He sets up
a screen.
It's a screen to Burford. Burford has got the 45, and he'll be tackled right there. And now Central Clarion is going to be forced to call its final timeout as they face a 3rd down and 10. And we'll take this Clearview timeout with them. We'll be right back.
12-3, Troy in the lead.
At Clairview Nursing and Rehabilitation Center, we are committed to our community by providing advanced medical care and services at our skilled nursing center, while also providing a setting for seniors who require minimal assistance with their daily routine at our Country Springs Personal Care Home. Our services aim to enhance self-esteem and encourage a fulfilling lifestyle. Clairview Nursing and Rehab Center and Country Springs Personal Care Home share a beautiful campus right outside of Sligo and are less than 10 minutes from the center of Clarion.
So back here, Central Clarion will have a 3rd down and 10 from its own 45-yard line, trailing 12-3 with 17 seconds to go in the half. And Larry, right now, the biggest issue is just that it's as simple as and as old as football has always been. The Troy lines on both sides of the football are winning the battle.
Right. And, they are outmanning. They're bringing 7 against 6 blockers here. And
Do you leave your back end to block?
Well, the back. Well, that time he hit out in a fade route. Yeah, I'd keep him in the block, and they may have to pull one of these receivers. I mean, I like Mason Burford and.
So out of the gun here is Ferguson. He takes the snap, looks to throw.
Look right there, like we're blocking.
Throws over, and it's going to be a real
down.
Close to the first down. It should be as Burford catches it and steps out of bounds at the 45-yard line, and they are going to say it's a first down. Tenesta Builder Supply first down for the Wildcats at the 45 of Troy with 11 seconds to go. Now, the wind is going against Central Clarion here, so they probably need another 25 yards minimum to get into Euchre field goal range. So out of the gun here is Ferguson. He's going to take the snap, looking to throw. He wants to throw. He's in trouble, and he'll go down. He is dropped as it was number 20 there, Reed Palmer. And again, it's just a jailbreak right now for the line of Troy. And Central Clarion's going to have to figure this out at halftime, or they're going to go home disappointed. At the half, it is Troy 12, Central Clarion 3. You're watching high school football on the YDL Sports Network, powered by Delta Contractors and Design. For residential and commercial construction services you can trust, call Delta Contracting and Design Incorporated in Strattonville today at 814-764-5506. Or if it's concrete and excavating work you need done, then call Ace Concrete and Excavating at 814-764-5551. More on both Delta Contracting and Design and Ace Concrete and Excavating can be found at delcondesign.com. That's DELCON design.com.
You've got dreams. Might even be something big. Imagine what you could do with the right solutions. Secured against evolving threats and set up to make the right decisions faster. At Acrisure, we help protect and grow everything you've worked so hard to build. We are the brightest people using the best of technology. We are an extraordinary advantage for you. We are Acrisure.
What's the recipe for surprising the kids, treating yourself, and ditching dish duty? You're looking at it. Order your Pizza Hut faves like original pan, original stuffed crust, and more at pizzahut.com. No one out-pizzas the Hut.
Located at 500 Broad Street, Red Bank Chevrolet is proud to be your new Bethlehem auto dealer, offering a wide variety of new cars and trucks, as well as certified used vehicles. We also welcome our Brookville, Pittsburgh, Katanning, and Oil City customers, and are committed to placing the keys of the right vehicle in your hands. What are you waiting for? Stop by and see us today, or give us a call at 814-275-2410.
Need plumbing, heating, or air conditioning services in Western PA? Then call Luton's Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning in Clarion today at 814-226-8695. At Luton's Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning, we believe that a service-oriented business like ours should give you quality care and a quick response time. That's why we stand on our promise, offering you reliable 24-hour service that gets your job done right when you need it. We can also be found on the web at lutonsplumbing.com. Again, that number is 814-226-8695. Allegheny Electric Service of St. Mary's has been providing industrial and commercial electrical solutions for over 35 years. They offer complete design, build, installation, and maintenance of automated systems for a variety of industries. Allegheny Electric designs and installs wiring and lighting for any size project, big or small. And when you find yourself in a jam, they'll get your machine or facility back up and running in no time. Call Allegheny Electric Service at 814-781-1940 or visit AlleghenyElectric.com. Whether retirement is just around the corner or years away, John Bongiovanni, Lucas Slazak, and Adam Jack of Generational Wealth Management in Erie and Bradford are here for you. John, a Forbes-recognized best-in-state wealth advisor, Lucas and Adam provide customized investment advisory solutions and retirement planning services. Generational Wealth Management offers world-class investment services and internationally recognized insurance products from Northwestern Mutual, an industry leader. The Generational Wealth Management team provides a high level of expertise and service to their professional and business clients. Contact the Erie office at 814-651-0838 or the Bradford office at 814-368-4065 or check them out online at gwm.nm.com. When it's your special day, we know you want everything to be just perfect. That's why at the Allegheny Grill in Foxburg, we spared no expense in creating our new indoor-outdoor wood-framed event center with waterfalls, gorgeous views of the Allegheny River, a fire pit, and plenty of parking. The Allegheny Grill in Foxburg will take care of everything from catering to bartending, so all you have to do is bring the fun. We do it all for your wedding, anniversary party, corporate event, and so much more. One look at our new facility and we know you'll fall in love. And remember, the view is always free at the Allegheny Grill in Foxburg, PA. Looking for a new computer? Stop at Computer Support in Clarion with authorized sales, service, and repair of Acer and HP computer equipment. Fred and Kim have been in business for over 40 years. With a large qualified staff, Computer Support can help you find that perfect computer for work or home. They offer IT support service in their drop-off repair center, remote in business, on site at your location. Call Computer Support at 814-226-7456 or stop by anytime off Interstate 80, exit 62. Back here inside the Ascendant's Truck Center's halftime show, truck buying at its finest. Ascendant's Truck Centers, previously Zocro Motors, has been in the same location since 1940 as part of the largest international dealer network in Pennsylvania. At Ascendant's Truck Centers in Clarion, you get the same great service to customers with the same great people serving you. Visit them in person in the Greenville Pike or online at ascendantstrucks.com. Larry, taking a look here at our halftime statistics, and right now it's a very lopsided situation here for Troy, which is why they lead 12-3. They've outgained the Wildcats 141 yards to 59. That includes 121 to 41 on the ground. It's 10 first downs to 3, and probably most importantly, they've held the football for 16 minutes and 43 seconds to 7-17 for the Wildcats.
That offensively, they've just obviously controlled the ball. They've gained 3 yards here, 4 yards here, 5 yards here. They've done enough so many times that they've just gotten that first down yardage. Keeping the ball, playing sound defense, and they are doing high risk defense, and it's played off for them right now.
Gilland has run 11 times for 53 yards and a touchdown. Woodward has 7 carries for 39 yards. Gillen's also caught 1 pass for 20 yards and a touchdown off, though Woodward, who's 1 for 4 passing for the Trojans. For Central Clarion, Jace Ferguson, 4 of 8 with 18 yards. He's been sacked twice, which also means that he's rushed 8 times for just 35 yards. And, frankly, that pretty much tells the story right now. Jace Ferguson has 53 yards of total offense, and Central Clarion's going to need to protect better on the line as we head into the second half. And I would think that that's probably part of our Rehab Center second half adjustments.
Well, like I said, you've got to get them back off the line of scrimmage, and it's got to be through the passing game, but it can't be – it's got to be some quick passes. It could be more screens. That secondary, you got to get them backing off a little bit more, maybe hitch routes and so forth. It's going to be very difficult for 5 linemen when you've got 4 receivers out there to block 6 and 7 guys coming, and then even if you're putting a back out. So you're going to have to make some changes there. On defensively, Chris, I think, they have stayed between the tackles. They have broken their tendencies. One of the things I know Dave Lauder is going to be working on is that midline. And for our radio audience, or for our audience to understand, they read off the tackle, the defensive tackle lined up over the guard. They don't block him. They'll dive the fullback up the A gap or right off the center. The blocking guard will go down on the linebacker. So if the tight end comes down or the tackle comes down on the quarterback, the quarterback will keep the ball and run up in the gap that they just vacated there.
Excuse me, Larry. Larry, take me inside of the locker room right now. Like, there's not a whole lot of time to make the kind of adjustments we're talking about. How does that work?
Well, just the things that have been hurting you. I think you deal with that in a very methodic manner. Okay, what do we need to do here? So you're looking at the plays that have been hurting you. I think so. You're going to spend some time offensively and defensively. You'll probably talk a little bit about special teams if they kick a short kick again, but you're going to take those plays and put them up on the board and make them stop and go to something else. Most of the wide stuff, they've been pretty successful stopping. It's between the tackles, and that's where they've got to beef things up, or not necessarily beef things up, but become more defensive, more disciplined in there. From an offensive standpoint, it may be changing some of the blocking coverages on some of this stuff. But it looks like they're going to have to throw the ball as long as they're continuing to put that many people on the line of scrimmage.
So in a 15, 20-minute halftime situation, how much time, especially in situations in small schools like you've always been at, like we're looking at here, how do you handle, how much time do you spend on the offense? How much time do you spend on the defense? Does it depend on what's going on in a game?
It does depend on what's going on in the game. You try to get both groups, if you're being more successful offensively and the defense. In this case, I'd be splitting the time up between the groups. And, I would be looking at those things that I just talked about. How are we going to handle that midline and that fullback dive? Then beyond that, we had a coverage mix-up. What happened in that coverage mix-up? We got to fix that up defensively, and I would say, hey, the score is 0-0. That's how we're going to approach the second half. And then on the offensive side, it may be you can maybe change some things around a little bit blocking wise, but I think the bottom line is just too many people coming for not enough blockers.
Those are your Rehab Center second asset judgments. The 8 locations serve you, including in Clarion, Brookville, and Canany. The Rehab Centers always make the right adjustments. The Rehab Center, chiropractors caring for health. TheRehabCenters.com. That's the old English spelling of centers with the R-E-S. We'll be back here on Delta Contractor and Design High School Football after these messages inside the Ascendant Truck Center halftime show. It's 12-3 Troy at the half.
Truck buying and repair at its finest. That's what you get at Ascendant's Truck Centers in Clarion, Erie, and Youngstown. Ascendant's Truck Centers, the Clarion location previously known as Zacro Motors, has been in the same location since 1940 and is part of the largest international dealer network in Pennsylvania. At Ascendant's Truck Center in Clarion, you get the same great service to customers with the same great people serving you. Ascendant's is locally owned, but with more ways to serve you in the trucking industry. Visit us in person on the Greenville, Pike, and Clarion, or at our Erie and Youngstown locations, or online at ascendantstrucks.com. C&A Trees is your Christmas headquarters in Clarion County. From Christmas trees to wreaths, swags, garland, lawn decorations, and great gift ideas, C&A Trees, just a mile and a half south of the Clarion Mall, has it all. Make sure to check out their poinsettia room with the largest selection of poinsettias in the area. C&A Trees is open Monday through Friday, 9 to 6, Saturday 9 to 5, and Sunday 10 to 3. Check them out online at catrees.com and like them on Facebook. Are you looking for fundraising ideas? Does your team need sports apparel promotional items? Maybe it's a team store you're looking for. Call or visit DE Sports Inc. on Main Street in Clarion. If you dream it, they make it. Call them at 814-226-4871 and like them on Facebook. Dave Eastad and crew will take care of you. For real estate needs, estate planning, and estate probate, along with municipal law, Marshall Law Office LLC in Shippenville is here for all your needs. John F. Marshall, attorney at law, was an outstanding athlete at Clarion High School and takes the same drive and dedication with him in his practice. Marshall Law Office LLC can be reached at 814-226-7410 or via email at johnmarshall@marshallawofficellc.com.
Located at 500 Broad Street, Red Bank Chevrolet is proud to be your new Bethlehem auto dealer, offering a wide variety of new cars and trucks, as well as certified used vehicles. We also welcome our Brookville, Pittsburgh, Katanning, and Oil City customers, and are committed to placing the keys of the right vehicle in your hands. What are you waiting for? Stop by and see us today, or give us a call at 814-275-2410.
You'll always score a great deal on your mobile home and other home improvement supplies when you go to Tempa Supply and Service, located next to Showcase Homes in Rays Corners, halfway between Clarion and Shippenville. Tempa Supply and Service is your one-stop shop for high-quality home parts, including doors, windows, furnaces, steps, and essential supplies.
Need plumbing, heating, or air conditioning services in Western PA? Then call Luton's Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning in Clarion today at 814-226-8695. At Luton's Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning, we believe that a service-oriented business like ours should give you quality care and a quick response time. That's why we stand on our promise, offering you reliable 24-hour service that gets your job done right when you need it. We can also be found on the web at lutonsplumbing.com. Again, that number is 814-226-8695. A good garbage company is like a good long snapper. You don't realize you need one until you don't have one. For a great, dependable garbage service in Clarion County, nobody does it better than Larson's Garbage Service. Locally owned and active in the community for over 50 years, Larson's offers flat rates that are easy to understand with no hidden fees and no contracts. Find out more at larsongarbageservice.com. Are you hungry? Of course you're hungry. And Daddy's on Main Street in Clarion is ready to tackle that hunger for you. Serving amazing food since 2008, Daddy's has been Clarion's go-to stop whenever hunger strikes. Whether it's a good old-fashioned hot dog or hamburger, a salad, or something from their rotating chef's menu. Yes, I said rotating chef's menu. Daddy has you covered. You can order ahead by calling 814-223-4687 or come on in and dine in. Have a big event you are catering? Daddy's can do that too. Like Daddy's on Facebook at Daddy's Clarion and stop in today. You won't be disappointed. Back here inside the Ascendant Truck Center halftime show on Delta Contractors High School Football on the YDL Sports Network. 12-3 at the half in favor of Troy. Let's take a look at how we got here with the scoring summary. Central Clarion recovered a fumble on the opening kickoff, but a penalty sabotaged what would have been a drive inside the 1 yard line for the Wildcats. They had to settle for a 36-yard Thomas Euchert field goal and a 3-0 lead at the 9:46 mark of quarter number one. Troy, with its first offensive possession, went 15 plays, 77 yards, took off 7 minutes and 9 seconds, scoring on a Brendan Gilland 4-yard rush. The extra point was no good. It was 6-3. Troy with 2:30 to go in the first quarter. Then Troy recovered basically what amounted to a Clarion situation where they couldn't recover the football on a kickoff situation after that touchdown. That led to a fourth down touchdown pass from Evan Woodward to Gilland from 20 yards out. The extra point was no good. And that is where we stand right now at 12-3. We will return here after these messages as we close in on the second half here on Delta Contractor and Design High School Football on the YDL Sports Network. Looking for affordable auto, home, and life insurance? Look no further than Allstate Insurance, the David Jones Agency in Clarion and Meadville. At the David Jones Agency, you get personalized attention from someone who lives where you do. The David Jones Agency meets you where you are. They are available during regular business hours, Monday through Friday at their office, via appointment at the office after hours, or remotely. The David Jones Agency also offers investment opportunities, including annuities and IRAs. The David Jones Agency can be reached in Clarion at 814-223-4000 and in Meadville at 814-337-5107.
Are you planning for retirement, looking for other investment opportunities? Then you want to stop by Best Wealth Management at the Corners in Shippenville. At Best Wealth Management, they'll plan, invest, and secure for you. Call Matt Best today at 814-227-2800 or visit them online today.
Creating champions is what we do at the Garage in Shippenville. The Garage is Clarion County's premier indoor hitting and pitching facility, offering one-on-one instruction to athletes of all ages. Join one of our group sessions now by contacting the Garage at 814-918-2123. And did you know the Garage is more than just about baseball and softball? We now have the True Golf Simulator where you can hone your game all year round. Like the Garage on Facebook today.
All American HQ custom apparel and engraving can do almost anything on almost everything. We're your one-stop shop for your custom needs. All American HQ custom apparel and engraving. We can do almost anything on almost everything.
As you approach retirement, it is important to accumulate assets and build a financial plan that can sustain your lifestyle during your golden years. While calculating the cost of your changing income needs can be daunting, our Retirement Income Evaluator can help you develop a roadmap for the future. To learn more, stop by our office located at 162 South 2nd Avenue in Clarion. Give us a call at 814-223-9990 or visit JannyClarion.com. Janney Montgomery Scott, LLC, member NYSE, FINRA, and SIPC. Why should you choose Nolf, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram in Fairmont City? Why wouldn't you choose them? At Nolf, their sales are speedy and include upfront and straightforward pricing. If it's service and parts you're after, they have skilled technicians who are factory trained while offering knowledgeable parts experts. Maybe you need Nolf's full-service body shop offering top-quality collision repair to all makes and models of cars, trucks, vans, and SUVs. Or do you want to cruise the highway in a clean, shiny vehicle thanks to Nolf's detailing service? No matter your needs, Nolf, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram in Fairmont City is there for you. Find out more at nolfchryslerdodge.com.
For all your automotive needs, look no further than the Warren Tire Center. From new tires to tire repairs, PA state inspections, wheel alignments, and auto detailing, there's so much more that we can do for you, and there's no reason to go anywhere but the Warren Tire Center in Warren, Pennsylvania. With over 40 years of serving the Warren and surrounding communities, it's always been a great day at the Warren Tire Center. We offer same-day service and walk-ins are welcome. Open Monday through Friday from 7:30 a.m. to 5 p.m., the Warren Tire Center can be reached at 814-723-8050 and on the web at warrentirecenter.com. Fran Morelli Sales and Service is a family-owned and operated used car dealership and auto repair facility that has been serving Brockway, Pennsylvania since 1976. At Fran Morelli Sales and Service, we stock a wide variety of used cars, trucks, vans, and SUVs. You never have to worry about buying a vehicle from us, with each of our vehicles in our inventory going through a rigorous inspection process to make sure that your vehicle is in the best condition. Call our team of experts today at 814-265-1330 and check us out at franmorelli.com.
When it's your special day, we know you want everything to be just perfect. That's why at the Allegheny Grill in Foxburg, we spared no expense in creating our new indoor-outdoor wood-framed event center with waterfalls, gorgeous views of the Allegheny River, a fire pit, and plenty of parking. The Allegheny Grill in Foxburg will take care of everything from catering to bartending, so all you have to do is bring the fun. We do it all for your wedding, anniversary party, corporate event, and so much more. One look at our new facility and we know you'll fall in love. And remember, the view is always free at the Allegheny Grill in Foxburg, PA.
With locations in Shippenville and Tionesta, Tionesta Builder Supply is a full-service home improvement center specializing in everything you need to build or remodel your home. From power tools and accessories to paint and sundries and general hardware merchandise, Tionesta Builders has everything you need to get your project done quickly. Find out more at tionestabuilders.us and like them on Facebook.
At Clairview Nursing and Rehabilitation Center, we are committed to our community by providing advanced medical care and services at our skilled nursing center, while also providing a setting for seniors who require minimal assistance with their daily routine at our Country Springs Personal Care Home. Our services aim to enhance self-esteem and encourage a fulfilling lifestyle. Clairview Nursing and Rehab Center and Country Springs Personal Care Home share a beautiful campus right outside of Sligo and are less than 10 minutes from the center of Clarion. Back here as we get ready for the third quarter, brought to you by Acrisure. Acrisure with locations in DuBois is the official insurance provider of the YDL Sports Network. Find out more at acrisure.com. Mid-Atlantic. Central Clarion will receive the kick here to start the second half, trailing 12-3 to Troy in this PIAA Class 1A, or 2A, championship game. A little bit of snow flurries there at halftime, and the winds picked up a little bit, Larry.
I could feel that cold air coming in through that door, too. But
here's the kickoff. It's going to be a low line drive kick. It's going to be taken by the up man. That is
Beggs.
No, that was 14. That wasn't Beggs. That was Briggs Beckwith. So Central Clarion will take over at their own 38-yard line here, trailing 12-3, just underway in the third quarter.
I think this is going to be a real key drive for us right here. I think get the confidence back in after that half, and then plus, we don't want to turn the ball back over to them very quickly. So
Ferguson's going to go in a Wildcat. So this is the same formation they started the game in.
And again, we got 7
They're going to put the man in motion. They're going to keep it with Ferguson. Ferguson's run straight into the middle, and he's going to get maybe 2 on the play up to the 40-yard line, but
they're running a 5-2 front. Their linebackers are basically up almost in a 7-man front. Their safety that was there was right up almost up on the line of scrimmage too, within 3 or 4 yards.
Again, Larry, they're basically telling Central Clarion throw the ball, and Central Clarion instead has come out in this like Wildcat formation where they look like they're like, oh, we're just going to put more bodies and try to run it. Reminds me of one of your games. They're going to go out of this
Dig
Wildcat again with Ferguson. They're going to put Rex in motion. They're going to fake it to him, and Ferguson's going to keep it, and Ferguson's going nowhere. Back at the line of scrimmage, and I'm a little miffed right now at the decision to. I don't know. I feel like it's like going more conservative instead of opening up like you're talking about, like you talked about at halftime, Larry. They've seemed to have gone in the opposite direction on those first 2 plays of this half.
Well, like I said, until we're just outnumbered for the most part on the line of scrimmage right there. And
that doesn't change just because you put a guy in the backfield.
Here's another thing I'd like to see. See how this middle's open up is hit a quick screen in the middle screen.
So out of the gun, Ferguson looks to throw quickly. He gets it over to Rex.
Yeah.
Rex has it. Rex is going to be short of the first down, though. Pushed out of bounds at the 45-yard line, maybe the 46, where it becomes now a 4th down and 2, and now decision time for the Wildcats.
But if we're going to go for it, they got to hit it hard.
I would have loved that play on first down.
Yes.
I think that's a great first down play. And third down, I guess it doesn't matter if you were already planning on going for it. You still pick up the 8. So now
we talked about halftime adjustments. They may have felt like they corrected something
4th
there.
and 2. Ferguson to throw. Ferguson in trouble. Ferguson looking. Now he throws it downfield, and he's got Kemmer with a first down inside Troy territory at the 43-yard line.
Well, that time they kept Harrison in and Noah Harrison in to block, and they gave him time to throw the ball. It gave him great time. So great job by the offensive line.
That offensive line play brought to you by Computer Support. Computer Support and a great offensive line have a lot in common. You can't get anything done without reliability, and Computer Support in Clarion delivers every time, just like the Wildcat offensive line.
I wouldn't mind seeing him take a shot over here with Basin.
Put a man in motion, that's Rex. Out of the gun is Ferguson looking to throw. He's in trouble now, rolling out of the pocket, looks downfield, throws it downfield, and it is... I think they're going to give Mason Burford the catch, and now they're going to talk about it. It is going to be a catch for Burford at the 34-yard line. Yeah. So good job of getting his feet down, at least 1 foot down with Burford.
Unlike the NFL, all you have to do is get 1 foot down, and he got 1 foot in there.
So Ferguson looked like he might have been throwing it away, but instead he threw it to Burford. So now they're going to put 2 receivers to each side on 2nd down and 1 from the 34. Back to pass is Ferguson. Ferguson quickly over to Rex. Rex turns at the 30, and he's going to be pulled back, but they are going to give him forward progress to the 30, and it's another tennis to Builder Supply. First down for the Wildcats.
I mean, there's just a 5-yard hitch. You already are starting to see their secondary starting to back up, which again will open things up again for Jace.
So it'll bring up first down and 10 at the Troy 30 for the Wildcats. 8:40 to go on a running third quarter clock. 12-3 Troy in the lead. Out of the gun is Ferguson with 2 receivers to each side. Takes the snap, looks to throw. Short. It's over there to Kemmer. Kemmer has it, and Kemmer's going to be close to another first down, about a yard short. Maybe they're going to give it to him. They're going to, I think, give him the first down here. Let's see.
Kemmer, on a 2-by-2 formation, Kemmer was the inside route on that.
Is that a first down or not, Larry? I can't. It looks like it is.
Yes, they are.
It's the Tenesta Builder Supply first down at the 20-yard line for the Wildcats.
Quick out, quick throw by Chase. I like what they're doing here.
Now Ferguson out of the gun again with 2 receivers to the left, 2 receivers to the right. Now Ferguson's going to keep it up the middle. He breaks 1 tackle, but then he is hit and driven backwards at the 18-yard line. It'll be a pickup of 2.
Maybe 2 or 3 yards there.
So now the important thing here, Larry, is even if they don't get into the end zone, with Euchre being able to kick field goals, they could get back within a score one way or the other here. So you got to protect the football first and foremost if you're the Wildcats.
They do. I go back to what they were doing there.
So 2nd down and 8 as they move into the Pizza Hut red zone. Nobody out Pizza Hut, pizzahut.com, Pizza Hut in Clarion, Pizza Hut in Brookville. So now Ferguson's going to go with the empty set look here. 4 receivers to the left, single receiver Burford to the right. Ferguson rolls to his left, looks to throw. He's got Rex. Rex has it. Rex makes 1 man miss. He's at the 10. He's still on his feet.
He's going in.
Touchdown! Touchdown for Ethan Rex, and the Wildcats are back within 3 at 12-9.
He broke 2 tackles on that play. Just an awesome. Just a quick hitch again. Short routes, getting the ball out of Ferguson's hand. I like what they're doing. Keep it up.
So now Euchred on to attempt an extra point to get the Wildcats within 2 after that Tempa Supply and Service touchdown for Central Clarion. So Euchred to kick the point after. That kick is up. That kick hits the goalpost, and it's no good. My goodness.
A rare miss.
So it'll be 12-9 here as we have 7:11 to go in quarter number 3. We'll be right back here on the YDL Sports Network, powered by Delta Contractors and Design. For residential and commercial construction services you can trust, call Delta Contracting and Design Incorporated in Strattonville today at 814-764-5506. Or if it's concrete and excavating work you need done, then call Ace Concrete and Excavating at 814-764-5551. More on both Delta Contracting and Design and Ace Concrete and Excavating can be found at delcondesign.com. That's DELCON design.com. Back here at Chapman Field, where Central Clarion takes the opening drive of the second half and scores on the touchdown pass to Ethan Rex to get within 3 at 12-9.
Chris, I apologize for screaming into the mic there.
Well, we understand you're a little excited, Larry. We'll give you a pass on this today.
I like a young sophomore.
So now the kickoff is Euchre. Euchre missing a rare extra point as it clanged off the upright. This kickoff will be a short one to the 5, where it'll be taken by Kimchicks. Kimchicks in trouble, and he's going to go down at about the 17-yard line, maybe the 18. We'll see where they put him down, but that's where they're going to put him at the 18, it looks like, which is where the Troy Trojans, now leading by just 3, take over on offense.
Boy, this is going to be a key defensive series. You start to feel the momentum starting to change into Central Clarion's hands here, and this will be key if this defense stops, specifically what they had a lot of success with in that first half.
So Evan Woodward brings his team out of the huddle. They'll be in the I formation with Gillen dotting the I. 2 receivers to the left, heavy formation to the right. They're going to hand it to Gillen straight up the middle, and Gillen is met at the line of scrimmage, fights his way for a couple yards out to the 20-yard line.
Okay, good job on that. They, again, broke their tendencies and went back to the quick side or to the weak side of the offense that time.
So we'll bring up a second down, and we'll call it 8 for the Trojans at their own 20-yard line. 6:40 on a running third quarter clock, 12-9 Troy over Central Clarion in this PIAA Class 2A championship game. Third quarter action in the I. They're going to go with the option, and now in trouble, and down goes Woodward at the 19-yard line for a loss of 1.
Okay, what I like them seeing already is they changed the line of scrimmage. The defensive line penetrated that time.
Now it'll bring up a third down and call it 9 from the 19. Troy's had success in the first half on these 3rd and 4th and long situations. We'll see how Central Clarion plays it now.
Well, he kept the midline option the last 9.
So they're going to go out of the shotgun with 2 receivers to the left, single receiver to the right. Out of the gun is Woodward, puts a man in motion. He's going to hand it to that motion man who turns it upfield, and he slips and falls. Slipping and falling was Smith, and if he hadn't, he might have had the first down, but maybe that's a break. Sometimes, Larry, I always said it, in championship games, you need luck sometimes, and Central Clarion might just have gotten some luck as Smith is tackled by the 20-yard line.
Absolutely, that's why.
Literally by the 20-yard line.
That's the one time my players will remember in practice when they slipped, I usually yell at the turf. That time we want to clap for the turf.
So now in a punt formation, Kimchicks.
Opportunity for Rex.
Quick punt, and it's going to be a short one, but it takes a Troy bounce inside the 45 down to about the 43-yard line, which is where the Wildcats will take over, trailing 12-9 with 5:01 to play here in quarter number 3. Central Clarion, who scored on their first drive of this second half, get an opportunity now to either tie or take the lead.
Again, we just talked about that defensive series. We got that defensive series. Let's see if this offense can back out and does exactly what it did the last time, move the ball down the field, and I just see this momentum turning for them. They are still coming out in their zero, what I'm calling zero coverage, no free safety. There's nobody in the middle of the field.
So we have a TV timeout here. We'll take it with them. We'll be right back here on the YDL Sports Network, 12-9 in favor of Troy.
Buying and repair at its finest. That's what you get at Ascendant's Truck Centers in Clarion, Erie, and Youngstown. Ascendant's Truck Centers, the Clarion location, previously known as Zacro Motors, has been in the same location since 1940 and is part of the largest international dealer network in Pennsylvania. At Ascendant's Truck Center in Clarion, you get the same great service to customers with the same great people serving you. Ascendant's is locally owned, but with more ways to serve you in the trucking industry. Visit us in person on the Greenville, Pike, and Clarion, or at our Erie and Youngstown locations, or online at ascendantstrucks.com.
As we get ready here to see Central Clarion put the ball in play at their own 43, trailing 12-9 with 5:01 to go in quarter number 3. Ferguson out of the shotgun, looking to throws it over the middle, and it is caught. That is Burford at the 48-yard line, a pickup of 9. It'll be 2nd down and 1.
Just a quick in. He had a step on the DB, and linebackers were playing up tight, so he had enough room to throw it over just over those backers.
Second
Actually,
down.
it was kind of a jet throw.
What do you mean by jet throw?
Well, he threw the ball like a fastball.
Gotcha.
You know?
It'll be 2nd down and 1 here for the Wildcats. Rex is the sidecar now to the left of Ferguson, 2 receivers to the right. It's going to fake the handoff, back to throw. Wants to go down. He finds Rex. Rex has it. Rex is at the 30. He's at the 20, the 15, the 10, 5, and Central Clarion has the lead. The Wildcats on a 47-yard touchdown pass from Jace Ferguson to Ethan Rex have taken a 15-12 advantage.
Yeah, again, great protection by the offensive line that gave Jace enough time to read the field. And for whatever reason, they missed coverage over there, and Ethan was wide open and took it down the sidelines. And he is what I've always talked about. He is so deceivingly fast. He doesn't look that fast, but he just is that fast.
And now jumping offside. Yeah, there's the flag. I was like, that was offside. Now, did the Wildcats go for 2 here on that offside here on Troy?
It's 15-12, a 3-point,
So they go up 7. It's 9.
Yeah,
you kick the extra point here because that way if they score, you're still within a touchdown. You're still within a field goal.
Right.
So I think you still kick the extra point here if you're Central Clarion. And it looks like they are going to leave it out here to kick the extra point. As Harrison will be the holder, Heffel the snapper for Euchard, who missed his last extra point, one of the rare misses on the season of an extra point by Thomas Euchard.
His kicks are a little bit lower than they normally are.
Kick is up. That kick is good, and Central Clarion takes a 16-12 lead with 4:08 to play here in the third quarter. We'll be right back here on Delta Contract and Design High School Football on the YDL Sports Network.
Real estate needs, estate planning, and estate probate along with municipal law. Marshall Law Office LLC in Shippenville is here for all your needs. John F. Marshall, attorney at law, was an outstanding athlete at Clarion High School and takes the same drive and dedication with him in his practice. Marshall Law Office LLC can be reached at 814-226-7410 or via email at johnmarshall@marshallawofficellc.com.
Well, if you were Central Clarion, Larry, you couldn't have asked for a better start to this second half. Trailing 12-3 at halftime, you've scored 2 touchdowns and now lead 16-12.
Great adjustments by the staff. We talked about that. And so this, again, is going to be another key defensive series. And then Troy's going to have to start thinking about what they're going to do defensively over there. Are they going to maintain it?
So Euchard here on a DE Sports kickoff. It's another high kick. It'll be taken at the 6-yard line by Kimmex. Kimmex running sideways. There was a great block there, but then Central Clarion has Kimmex inside the 10-yard line at the 8.
For you young football players out there, the last thing you want to do if you're a kickoff returner is run sideways. You want to run the ball off the field.
So momentum has obviously switched right now towards the Wildcats of Central Clarion. This will be 1st down and 10 for Troy at their own 8-yard line, now trailing for the first time in this game, 16-12.
This would be a great opportunity for a turnover right here for Central Clarion. I'd be thinking.
So now they're going to go into shotgun formation here with
This is
Woodward.
generally our pass, or
They're going to put a man in motion, and they're going to hand it on a jet sweep to him. And met at the 10-yard line is Mason Smith, and he'll be dropped at the 11. Ferguson in there on the tackle along with, I think, Hayden Hindman.
It's a good 2 or 3 yards right there. And
they went to the play that I thought would have picked them up the first down in their last drive if he hadn't tripped over the 20.
Right.
Central Clarion did do a good job there of filling the hole, not allowing him to get a big gainer out of it. It is a pickup of 3, though. It's second down and 7.
So give credit both offensive and defensive staffs up in the booth calling that down. Now let's go back to it. Hey, you better make sure we cover that this time.
Second and 7. Now in the I formation are the Trojans.
We'll watch, see if they come to this midline again.
They're going to hand
Just
it
a
off to
regular-
Gilland, and Gilland is going to be met and dropped after a gain of a couple out to the 13. That'll set up a third down, and now there's a late flag.
Real late. I mean, it was an enthusiastic tackler may have come on late there, but
They just
if you
can't.
just got to throw the flag, you should have flown it right away.
Can't do that, though. It's a dead ball, personal foul on the Wildcats on that Bruno Iorfido penalty. And it's the kind of things that we've seen happen at times with the Wildcats. And you just, right now, when you had the momentum, that was just a bad time to do that.
It is. But I think it was a 50-50 call, Chris. I think it's something that should not have been called.
I don't know, Larry. We're not down there close
Yeah.
enough to be able to say whether it should have or shouldn't have.
If he talked the game afterwards, and yeah, I could see the flag.
So it's going to be a
coming down.
first down and 10 at the 29 for Troy. So that penalty helps the Trojans get out of a deep hole.
They've come a bunch, which usually is a pass.
They're going to
But
flip
oh
it
my
here to
gosh.
Gillen, and Gillen is going to lose yards back at the 28-yard line.
Boy, give Central Clarion credit. Anything wide has just been terrible for
Troy
for the most part. And again, Briggs Beckwith is coming in on a blitz.
Back at the 27-yard line, it'll be a loss of 2 on the play. It'll be second down and 12.
I've only seen them come between the tackles, which they were so successful with the first half, is just one time so far. So we'll see if they come back. They are unbalanced down here. Let's see if Central
Power
Clarion
formation.
picks it up.
They're going to flip
Oh,
it.
my
Oh,
gosh.
Central Clarion blows it up. Smith is going to be dropped for a loss back at the 24-yard line, and now it's going to bring up a third down and 15 for the Trojans.
Coach Louder on a safety blitz with Ferguson coming in there. Wow.
So third down and 15
I like that call.
for Troy. When you get backed up, Luton's Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning can get you moving again, although Luton's called Troy and said, no thanks, we're not taking this job.
Now here's where they've run that.
Out of the shotgun. They put a man in motion. They're going to fake it to him, looking to throw. Throwing it
Back.
downfield. It is overthrown, but we're going to get Burford for a pass interference on this play.
Oh.
He was all over him, Larry.
He had his,
Larry, he was all over him. I mean, I know you want that to be something, but Burford's hands were all over him. If it was the other way, you would have wanted that call. That's a good call being made by the officials.
he
there.
had his hands on him. He wasn't impeding his progress. He did. He had what I call a radar hand. And a radar hand for you people out there is just is.
So
yeah,
two massive 15-yard penalties on this drive on the Wildcats so far, and you can't do that. You had the momentum taken back, and now you're giving Troy an opportunity here to get back in the football game with a couple of big 15-yard penalties. It just is what it is. Bruno Iorfido penalty gives the Trojans a first down at the 39-yard line.
See if this midline, I'm interested.
They're going to hand it here to Gillen. Gillen, power run. He's still on his feet. He fights his way up to the 48-yard line.
Just a simple dive right isolation play. Fullback leads through.
So it'll bring up a second down and 1 here for the Trojans, as that's the first time in this drive that they've actually earned their yardage. Central Clarion had handed them 30 yards on 2 15-yard penalties, a personal foul and a pass interference call. Second down and 1 for Troy. They're going to hand it here to Gillen, and Gillen is going to be met at the line, and then he's going to fight forward. I think he's going to have enough for a first down. He only needed a yard.
Again, one of the differences I'm beginning to see here right away is that the
And it
line
is
of
enough.
scrimmage, that Clarion's starting to win it. Central Clarion's starting to win it.
It is enough for a first down, though, for Troy. It's first down and 10. Trojans at the 49-yard line, their own 49. This drive started at the 8. Pair of 15-yard penalties on the Wildcats have helped them get out here to the 49. They're going to go in the I formation now. Option run, and Woodward breaks a tackle, breaks another one, and only Ferguson keeps him from going the distance as he tackles him at the 39. It's another Tenesta Builder Supply first down for Troy.
That's the midline play again where he fakes to the fullback and he keeps the ball. Does such a great job in ball handling there. He rides it right up to the line of scrimmage, which you've got to run that midline option. That's you've got to have that type of quarterback that really has that kind of good action.
That is going to bring an end to our third quarter with Central Clarion now in the lead, 16-12. You're watching high school football on the YDL Sports Network. Listening to it, powered by Delta Contractors and Design.
This is Chris Rossetti from the YDL Sports Network, and I want to tell you about my friends at the Rehab Center, Chiropractors Caring for Health, with 8 locations to serve you, including in Clarion, Brookville, and Katanning. I've been going to the Rehab Center since 2009, and I wouldn't trust my back and neck health to anyone else. The Rehab Centers include 3 D9 athletic alums, and Isaac Greeley of Port Allegheny, Matt Brush of Brookville, and Derek Mason of Cameron County, along with 4 additionally highly trained chiropractors, including Jason Jacobs. Find out more at therehabcenters.com. That's the Old English spelling of centers with an RES at the end.
Are you looking for fundraising ideas? Does your team need sports apparel promotional items? Maybe it's a team store you're looking for. Call or visit DE Sports Inc. on Main Street in Clarion. If you dream it, they make it. Call them at 814-226-4871 and like them on Facebook. Dave Eastad and crew will take care of you. Back here as we go to the fourth quarter. Troy on the move at the Central Clarion 39-yard line in a drive that started at the Troy 8. Fourth quarter brought to you by Best Wealth Management. At Best Wealth Management, they'll plan, invest, and secure for you. BestWealthManagement.com. First down and 10, Troy at the 39 of Central Clarion.
Coming back into double tight formation here.
Woodward under center, calling out the signals. He's going to turn and hand it to Gillen. Gillen makes a man miss, makes another man miss. Heading to the outside. Ferguson's got a handle on him, and he finally tackles him at the 33, but a pickup of 6 as Troy starting to do what it did in the first half.
That time they came back to the strength of the formation to the wing side and hit the dive over number 70 for that Camden Coyle, who's their top lineman.
So it'll bring up a second down and 4 at the Central Clarion 33.
Again, this inside the tackles here, we got to stop. Central Clarion has to stop it.
Out of the I formation, Hearns hands it to Gillen. Gillen is met at the line of scrimmage, and he'll get maybe a yard to the 31. That'll bring up maybe 2 to the 31. That'll bring up a third down and 2 here at the 31 for Troy.
Matt Austin did a good job that time of not giving up any ground and holding it solid there, allowing them to come in. Here we go, midline or fullback dive.
Third down and 2 for Troy at the 31-yard line of Central Clarion. Out of the I formation. Woodward is going to keep it himself, and he is met and tackled right at the 30, and that's going to bring up a 4th down and 1 here. It'll be 4th down and 1 for Troy with 10:30 on a running fourth quarter clock, and Central Clarion leading by 4, 16-12.
Central Clarion that time took their tackles and put them down in the A gaps and stepped their linebackers out, and he wanted to go up the A gap. It just wasn't there. Good job by the D-line there.
So mano on mano here. The offensive line of Troy, the defensive line of Central Clarion on 4th down and 1 at the 30. Woodward, long count, going to hand it to Gillen. Gillen is going to fall forward for the first down at the 28. Gillen was able to pick up 2 when he needed 1. First down and 10, Troy at the 28 of the Wildcats.
Just a missed opportunity. Heppel almost had him for a loss there.
It's going to be first down and 10 for Troy at the Central Clarion 28. Remember, this drive started at the 8-yard line. aided by a pair of 15-yard penalties on the Wildcats, including a pass interference call on 3rd and 15. Under center is Woodward. He's going to run the option, and he is met, and he is going to be dropped at the line of scrimmage, maybe a yard. Yep, they're going to mark him right at the line of scrimmage at the 28, so it'll be 2nd down and 10 for Troy.
That would be Matt Austin had him. He broke his tackle, but Pursuit came and picked it up there. That's exactly who you want. You want your DN picking up the quarterback. He did not come down with the veer back or the dive back in that case and stayed out there to make the tackle on the quarterback.
So 2nd down and 10. Troy will go in the I formation again. Gilland will take the pitch. Gilland has some room. Gilland, huge hole up the middle. Gilland is headed to the end zone, and he's going to score. A 92-yard touchdown drive has put the Trojans back on top, 18-16.
And again, which happened earlier is that our pursuit got out ahead of the pitch. All right, you want to stay behind the ball or stay with the ball, and we got too far out ahead of it, and he made a cutback and went up through.
They go 92 yards, and again, that was aided by 2 big 15-yard penalties on the Wildcats. The 15-yard unsportsmanlike conduct penalty or personal foul penalty, and then really the big one was the pass interference on Mason Burford on the 3rd and 15 incomplete pass, and now they're going to go for 2 to go up 4 here. So this is a big play with Euchre kicking on the one end. They're going to elect to go for 2 here. They're going to go in that I formation. They're going to pitch it to Gillen. Gillen is going to get nowhere near the end zone on that one. And so they stop him, and it remains 18-16 with 8:46 to play. You're listening to High School Football on the YDL Sports Network, powered by Delta Contractors and Design.
C&A Trees is your Christmas headquarters in Clarion County. From Christmas trees to wreaths, swags, garland, lawn decorations, and great gift ideas, C&A Trees, just a mile and a half south of the Clarion Mall, has it all. Make sure to check out their poinsettia room with the largest selection of poinsettias in the area. C&A Trees is open Monday through Friday, 9 to 6, Saturday, 9 to 5, and Sunday, 10 to 3. Check them out online at catrees.com and like them on Facebook.
Back here inside the 4th quarter, 8:46 to play. Troy has just retaken the lead at 18-16 at the end of a 92-yard drive. So now sitting up to kickoff are the Trojans. Back deep for the Wildcats are Burford and Rex. So far, the kicks haven't gone that far.
They've had one kick, I think, to Rex, and it was like maybe the 15-yard line. So we'll see if they kick this short again. No,
this one's a long kick that's going to be taken by Burford at the 16. Burford over the 20, the 25, the 30. Burford at the 35, still on his feet as he gets out to about the 39-yard line.
Great field position there.
So Central Clarion will have good field position at their own 39 with 8:39 to play, trailing 18-16.
Chris, on that very last play, that 2-point play, it was the exact same play that they ran for a touchdown. What happened that time was that the linebacker stayed with the ball or behind the ball. They didn't get out ahead of it to allow him to cut back up inside.
So Ferguson will bring his team out here. They're going to go empty set.
Boy,
4 receivers to the right, single receiver to the left.
And there's still 0 coverage here, basically.
Ferguson looks to throw. It's going to be a short throw, and it's going to be caught and then wrestled to the ground immediately was Rex after a gain of about 2 to the 41. So it'll be 2nd down and 8 for the Wildcats at their own 41-yard line. 8:20 on a running 4th quarter clock. Central Clarion trails by 2, 18-16. Now they're going to go 3 receivers to the left. Single receiver to the right is Burford. Harrison is the sidecar next to Ferguson. Ferguson will fake the handoff, looks to throw. Throwing downfield. He's got a man. That's Sawicki. Sawicki on his feet inside the 30 down to about the 27-yard line.
If you've watched the last 2 weeks, Sawicki's caught that pass over the middle, almost identical what he did against Cambria Heights and then last week against South Park.
So Tonesta Builder Supply, 1st down for the Wildcats at the 27 of the Troy Trojans.
again, to give credit to this coaching staff, that time they're giving Ferguson enough time to throw the ball. They've made their adjustments on the line, and
Noah Harrison did a great job of picking up the blitz on that one, too.
yes.
They're going to go empty set here, though, with 4 receivers to the left, single receiver to the right. Ferguson rolls that way. Ferguson wants to run. Now he's directing traffic. Now he pulls it back down. He throws it, and it is caught. So Ricky catches it at the 20-yard line. I don't know how Jace Ferguson got him the football. Larry's speechless over there next to me.
What's that?
Said you're speechless after that.
I'm trying to pick up what Noah coming out, and he got outside there. Additionally, I thought he was just gonna run with it.
They're at the 21-yard line now. 2nd down and 4 after that great catch by Sawicki.
And again, the difference between these two offenses is the speed of what we go down the field and what
Ferguson in the gun, looks to throw. Ferguson's looking. He's got Burford, and Burford was hit as he caught it.
That's not a flag.
And there is the flag. The flag comes late. Burford catches it at the
as he's being hit
14-yard line as he was being hit.
If that's not the pass interference, that's
so. Is it an automatic 15?
He's coming across in a quick end to describe to our radio audience right here. Coming across a quick end. The ball's been thrown, and just as Base is ready to catch the ball, it was a low hit. He's being hit from behind. He's basically almost bent over in a crouch position catching that ball.
They're discussing this. The pass interference on Troy, and we'll see what that takes. It should take it half the distance from the 21.
Right.
They're going to come over and discuss this with Coach Eggleton. And that Bruno Iorfido penalty, either way, it's going to be a first down for the Wildcats, and they're going to see, what are they going to do here? They're going to mark it off. I think they're going to mark. Yeah, I would take it because it's going to get you closer if you accept the penalty. Yes, that's exactly what's going to happen. Going to go half the distance to about the 10, maybe the 11. Where it'll be the. They're going to. Well, they're still trying to mark the football. What are they doing? They're going to mark it at the 10. I don't know if they're going to. Let's see if they're going to mark the sticks.
I'm not sure why they're marking on the left hash either.
They are going to mark the sticks, and so they will be able to get a first down. So it's just outside of the 10-yard line here. 6:52 on a running fourth quarter clock. Central Clarion trails 18-16, but they're at the 10-yard line inside the Pizza Hut red zone. Ferguson in a Wildcat formation will run up forward. He tries to cut to the right. Ferguson's at the 10, the 5. Jace Ferguson, touchdown! Central Clarion. The Wildcats have retaken the lead at 22-18 with 6:37 to play.
Now the question is, do you go?
You have to go for 2 now. You're up 4. You want to go up 6. This is an easy one, Larry. even you old ball coaches shouldn't need to look at the.
To be honest with you, I always had something. We always had a little formula up top in the press box, and our coach up there would make the call. I turned that.
This one's easy though because this one makes it a 6-point game.
Well, you should have been up my press box, Chris.
There's more complicated ones than this. So now Hepful is late coming onto the field here. Still a lot of time on the play clock as Clarion will go to the far left hash. They're going to go empty set for Ferguson. He's going to take the snap. He's looking to throw. Ferguson's still looking. Now Ferguson's going to tuck. Now he throws it. It's a 2-point conversion. Caught by Kemmer, and the Wildcats are up 6, 24-18 with 6:37 to play in this district or this PIAA Class 2A championship game.
And Clyde, if you're listening on radio, that was your play, the Freeport. Now, it got revised a little bit because when he was covered, he came back in, and great job, Kemmer running to the open spot, and Jace finding him.
Larry, no matter what, this has been an unbelievable
second half
championship game, especially in the second half. I mean, these teams are knocking back and forth, and now the Central Clarion defense is tasked with coming up with a stop, leading 24-18 with 6:37 to play. The offensive adjustments that the Wildcats made at halftime, my goodness, they haven't been stopped here in the second half.
Great adjustments on the offensive line, and the play calling's been they're giving you the pass. I mean, I'm just amazed that they have not changed yet. and continue with that zero coverage.
But now they need a good special teams play, and then they need good defense. Euchre will kick off from the 40. He's kicking off into the wind right now. So it's going to be a squib kick. It'll be taken at the 15 and tackled at the 21-yard line. Was still looking for a number here on the kid. That is 13 Smith. So it'll be first down and 10 at the 22-yard line. So 78 yards from the end zone and a tie or the lead for Troy as they trail 24-18 to Central Clarion here with 6:32 to play in regulation.
This is a possible defensive series for a state toddler right here. I know there's 6:32 remaining in the game.
Troy's going to come out in the shotgun here.
This has been either he runs that midline or he'll throw a pass.
They're going to run the midline here,
yep,
and he's got a huge hole up to the 30-yard line. Goes Woodward. I'll say this, Larry. When they throw, they only seem to have one pass. They don't seem to have, they have that little curl that they throw to the running back, or they throw it a fade pass. That doesn't seem to be a real complicated passing offense for Troy.
No.
So it'll be 2nd down and 2 for Troy here at the 30 as the clock winds to 6 minutes.
So now they come back in between the tackles now, I'm going to guess. They come in their right formation, flanker right, split left.
Gillen in the eye.
Look for a fullback.
Woodward will hand it to Gillen, and Gillen will try to bounce it outside. He's got some room, and he's got a first down out to about the 35-yard line. So it'll be first down and 10 at the 35 for Troy, their own 35, as we're down to 5:45 on a rolling fourth quarter clock. Central Clarion clinging to a 24-18 lead.
First down. Real key is getting this 1 or 2 yards. I mean, they can't keep giving them 3 or 4 yards.
They're going to go in the I formation. Woodward is going to back the pass. He looks to throw. He's got a man out there, and it is just out of the reach of Jace Ferguson, who was looking for interception number 10 on the season and 20 in his career.
Oh, he was so close. He was so close in that play. But they ran a post out on the right side, and he did have the DB beat on that play. And that was
pass wasn't really anywhere close, though, to where the receiver was. It was a lot closer to Jace Ferguson.
If Jace said turn and run right away, he was kind of backpedaling, and time he saw that, I think he located the ball.
So it'll be 2nd down and 10 here for Troy. I formation. Woodward calls out the signals, takes the snap, hands it to Smith on a counter, and Central Clarion was ready for it. They'll limit him to about a gain of 2, and now it's 3rd down and 8 from the 37, down to 5 minutes to go on a running fourth quarter clock.
Best way to describe that play was it was like a rugby tackle there. 3/4 of their team and 3/4 our team were pushing against each other.
So 3rd down and 8, and with the clock where it's at 4:45, you got to figure this is 4-down territory, even though they're at their own 37 for Troy right now.
Key defensive play here.
Out of the shotgun is Woodard.
This has been their pass.
Two receivers to the right. Put a man in motion now, and they're going to hand it to him. And now looking to turn it upfield is Gillen, and Gillen turns it upfield. He's got a first down and more across midfield, and he'll be brought down at the 44-yard line of Central Clarion. So they've run that play a few times, and that time it broke for the Trojans to the 44 of the Wildcats.
And Matt's right. He did get kind of pulled down there. It was kind of missed. Matt Alston.
So now the clock becomes a factor for both of these teams. Central Clarion with the 6-point lead, but only 4 minutes to play here. As they're going to come out of the gun here, Troy does. Troy Puts a man in motion. That's Smith. They're going to hand it to him. He's got a blocker out there, and he's looking to hit the corner, and he does. And he's going to have a couple more yards short of the first down, but he's now out of bounds at the 36-yard line of the Wildcats.
When they're running that jet, they got to get somebody to come up and immediately turn that play back in.
Central Clarion had done such a good job on the outside runs, but they've been beat now on a couple of them in a row. So they'll be at 2nd down and 2 at the 37-yard line. 3:54 on a stopped fourth quarter clock. Central Clarion in the lead, 24-18. Troy threatening right now at the 36-yard line of the Wildcats.
Well, they're staying in their shotgun.
Having a lot of success out of this formation running the football.
Here
Put a
comes,
man in motion.
Watch it.
They're going to fake it, and they're going to keep it with the quarterback,
Right.
and he's going to get a first down. He's hit hard, but not until he picks up the first down at the 33-yard line.
I look for them to come back in that same play. Give it to the outside, then maybe coming back with the midline with him.
If you're Central Clarion, at what point do you, if at all, do you think about using your timeouts, Larry?
This series.
Yeah, but where,
This
like,
series,
you mean
yeah,
the series
yeah,
of downs?
Yeah.
So now in the I formation goes Troy. They're going to hand it to Millard, and he's going to pound his way to the 30-yard line. It'll be 2nd down and 7 here for Troy as we're down to 3 minutes and 10 seconds on a rolling fourth quarter clock. Now they're going to go in the I formation. Woodard using as much
Dive.
clock. Now he's going to hand it to Gillen. Gillen runs into one of his linemen and fights his way forward for a couple yards. It looks like they're going to mark him at the 28, which is going to set them up at a 3rd down and 5. Down to 2:40 on a running fourth quarter clock. Troy looks like they want to either score or lose this game.
Coming back in their wing formation. This has been their, could be going.
They're going to flip
pitch.
it here to Gillen. Gillen turns it up. He's going to have a first down at the 20. So Gillen fights his way to the 20 for a first down. And now Troy, trailing by 6, has 1st and 10 at the Central Clarion 20 with 2:18 to play
And
as the clock
rolling.
starts to run.
Same play they scored on the last time they came down. It was just a pitch, and again, we're getting the play turned back in, but we're out ahead of the ball with our defenders. Pitch
Now they're
back
going to
the
pitch
other
it the other way.
Same thing.
And he
Oh,
makes
we
a man
missed
miss, and he fights his way up to the 16-yard line. If I'm Davey Eagleton, I'm taking a timeout right now, Larry.
Adjust your defense.
It's not just about that, though, Larry. It's about, like, right now you feel like the momentum, and sometimes like a basketball timeout, you take a timeout to stop the other team's momentum.
We got 2nd and 6 here.
2nd down and 6 at the 16. Minute and a half to play. Central Clarion clinging to the 6-point lead. Woodward's going to
Pitch
flip
again.
it to Smith.
Pitch
Smith
pass.
wants to
Pitch
throw
pass.
it, and
Pitch
he will now throw it back to. He's going to run it. He's got some room, and he's going to run into the end zone for a touchdown, and this game is tied.
Clock should be stopped.
It is
They
stopped.
ran 3. No, they did not stop it. He scored.
So Smith looked like he wanted to throw it, cut it back, and scores the touchdown to tie the game at 24. Now, an all-important extra point coming up for the Trojans. They're going to send Gavin Leffler out to kick this. With 1:15 to go, this extra point would give Troy the lead. Snap is there. Kick is up. That kick is good. And Troy has a 25-24 lead on the Wildcats with 1:15 to play. So it comes down to this. 1:15. You have Jace Ferguson. You have Thomas Euchert. You just need to get into field goal position if you're the Wildcats.
They basically got up to almost the 30-yard line with about 48 seconds ago. So Central Clarion has all their timeouts left, but there should be 3 more seconds on the clock. I was looking at the clock when he scored, thinking to myself, I guess if they're going to score, now's the time, you know.
But the Central Clarion defense just wasn't able to come up with the stop it needed to come up with. And Troy made it look easy going down there and scoring. And took off a lot of time in the process of doing so.
A play that they had been stopping up until this half is that outside game. I mean, where Troy was hurting mainly is in between the tackles. And
it was a 12-play, 78-yard drive. 5 minutes and 17 seconds. Mason Smith improvising on the 16-yard touchdown run. So now Lycan Leffler will kick it off. Back deep is Ferguson now, along with Rex in Burford. And it's going to be a ground ball kick. It's going to be picked up by Ferguson at the 19. Ferguson will stop and now stay on his feet at the 30. Tries to get to the outside. He's at the 30, the 35, the 40, the 45, the 50, and he's inside Troy territory at the, we'll see where they mark him out of bounds, at the 46, maybe the 45-yard line, as they put Jace Ferguson back to return the kick, and he's able to return it from the 20 into Troy territory at the 46-yard line with 1:03 to go, and Central Clarion with all 3 timeouts.
With a kicker like we have, I think.
Keep in mind the wind is against them right now, though. So they're looking at the ball at the 46-yard line of Troy.
I'm looking at it. They can get 30 yards. They should get in Thomas's range. But
so now Ferguson's going to go empty set, 4 receivers to the right, single receiver to the left. Troy still not having any safety coverage here.
They're starting to back
Ferguson looks to throw. Ferguson in trouble. Ferguson's going to be sacked, and he's going to go down at the 48-yard line. Central Clarion doesn't want to use its timeout at the 49, actually. So they're going to they need Burford. Burford needs to sprint back, and right now he's just kind of jogging back to the line.
Take a timeout.
Down to 40 seconds to play. Burford still not set. Now they set with 36 seconds. Ferguson looks to throw. Ferguson's in trouble. Ferguson, there's a pass to Burford, and Burford is hit and tackled at the 50-yard line. And now Central Clarion forced to call timeout with just 28 seconds to go, as this has been a disaster of a series on the first 2 plays for the Wildcats, as they've lost 4 yards.
Come up with 3rd down. So, I mean, to begin with is get the first down. And to get yourself in a position where you can make some shots in the end zone and maybe get some more people back and block. You know, one-on-one coverage. I mean, they've gotten a couple of calls over there with interference calls. And I still like Burford on a deep route. If you have to.
His receivers were too far downfield to not take a timeout after that last play, Larry.
Right.
It had a little bit of a feel. I don't mean to make it this way, but it had a little bit of a feel of Everflus and the Bears on that Thanksgiving Day game, as much time as they took there. So now it's going to be 3rd down and 14 from the 49-yard line for the Wildcats. And as Larry said, priority number 1, get the first down. With 28 seconds to go, you have time to get the first down with 2 timeouts left.
And they have deepened up here now.
Now they're going to go empty backfield. Ferguson in the shotgun, 3 receivers to the right, 2 to the left. Ferguson takes the snap, back to throw, under pressure. He looks over the middle. He's got Rex, and Rex can't catch it. And it's going to bring down 4th down in the season for the Wildcats at the 49. Rex was there. The pass was low, but Rex probably could have caught it.
It would have been a pretty good catch off the turf there. His momentum was taking him up the field, and he just had to reach back. Kind of stop and reach back for it here.
So 4th down in the season for the Wildcats at the 49-yard line of Troy. And now Troy is going to take the timeout here. So Troy's going to take a timeout with 23 seconds to go. We'll keep it here. It's 4th down and 13. They need to get to the 36-yard line for a first down.
Need to dust off the hook and ladder. the Bennett boys are listening to us today, that would have been. They made 2 major plays with that.
So Central Clarion down to this final play here, possibly with 23 seconds to go at the Troy 49, facing a 4th down and 13. The Wildcats will bring Ferguson out with. They're going to leave Harrison in as a sidecar. Rex and Sawicki to the left. Burford to the right.
They've got to pick up this Reed Palmer.
They're going to put a man in motion. That's Sawicki. Back to throw is Ferguson. Ferguson looks to throw, still looking over the middle. Burford has it for a first down. It's the first time for the Wildcats, or for the Wildcats at the 34-yard line. So Central Clarion with 16 seconds to go, still alive. They're quickly getting up to the line of scrimmage here, and now they're going to call timeout. That's the right move. Should have been called right away. Now we'll see if they'll put 2 seconds back on the clock or if they'll only have 14 seconds left.
I think they're going to. I think Dave was standing right beside the official there is what I thought I saw.
So Central Clarion will have the ball at the 33-yard line after a 16-yard 4th and 13 completion to Mason Burford. Sorry about that, Mason. So now I think they are putting time back on, but we're not sure what it is going to be. I think it should be 16. Maybe they'll get lucky and they'll put a couple more seconds on, but it should be 16. Well, right now they haven't put anything back up on the clock. I don't understand why they didn't take the timeout right away, though, Larry.
I thought he was right there. So
but they ran up to the line of scrimmage.
They keep looking up here like they want.
Yeah, they keep looking like they want to add time to the clock. There it is. It's 16 seconds. So 16 seconds.
Again, I thought Dave
32 yards from the end zone are the Wildcats.
Take a shot.
Ferguson in the shotgun. Sidecar is Harrison. Back to throw is Ferguson. Looking to throw. Looking. He's hit as he throws it. It's in the air, and it is incomplete. Incomplete. It was intended for
Mason
Burford, who wanted a flag. There is not, and now there's 8 seconds to go. And remember, a field goal wins the game. So a little surprised that they used up 8 seconds on that pass play.
You got to have somebody standing next to the official if there's any time by the time he hits here, or you take a shot at the end zone again.
So 8 seconds to go at the 33-yard line. Out of the gun is Ferguson. Sidecar is Harrison. Two receivers to each side.
They're going to double him.
Back to throw is Ferguson. Ferguson looking. Ferguson throws it in the air, and it is incomplete with 3 seconds to go.
3 seconds remaining.
So now they're going to have to go to the end zone. So now the Wildcats, with any shot, are going to have to go to the end zone. They're going to use their final timeout here. I can't make this up, though. Thomas Euchert is actually out on the field practicing like he might kick. There's no way, Larry. There's no way he's kicking a 50-yard field goal into the wind. I think that's more hope on Euchert's part than actual reality. They're going to have to throw the ball into the end zone here. Oh, my goodness. They are going to send Thomas Euchert out to try a 50-yard field goal to win the state championship into the wind.
Wow.
A 50-yard field goal for Thomas Euchert would be a school record. It'll be out of the hold of Harrison. It'll be Heffel, the snapper. Snap is down. Kick is up. The kick is short, and the game is over. And Troy will win the state title 25-24. And District 9's title drought continues as Thomas Euchert's 50-yard field goal to win the game into the wind was no good. And I don't know, Larry. I'm not sure I wouldn't have just put it into the hands of the best player in District 9 history in the last 30 years, Jace Ferguson, to let him win that game.
Well, I know Dave probably would have practiced this scenario several times during practice, and there were conditioning things that we would do based on whether or not he could make it, and wanted to give one of the best kickers that we've ever had at Central Clarion take a shot. Great second half for our team. I mean, it's just unfortunate that we came up just short here at the very end by 1 point. Thanks. But so right now, both teams are meeting for the traditional handshake in the middle here, and proud of these guys, Chris.
Central Clarion comes up just a little bit short, losing 25-24. And you really thought after the kickoff return by Ferguson to the 46 that they had a shot. They'd elected to go with the no-back look, and that hadn't really worked a ton for them, and it ended up getting sacked there, and then the incomplete pass, and then they did get the big fourth down completion. But again, Larry, I'm not a huge fan of going down towards the end zone there, because you saw Euchert from 50, he was probably about, 5 or 6 yards short?
Right.
There was no need to throw the ball downfield in that situation. They could have set up for the field goal, because as you could see, he really would have. If he had had another 5 or 6 yards, they might be state champs right now. And so the decision to throw the long pass with 16 seconds to go, it's one of those things. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. Today, unfortunately for Central Clarion, it didn't.
I think the big key was those 2 big penalties. I felt.
Yeah, after the 92-yard drive, after Central Clarion had taken the 16-12 lead, they you can argue whether or not you feel they were ticky-tack calls or not, Larry. The fact of the matter is the calls were made.
Yeah.
And, I know I get criticized for criticizing the officials, but at the end of the day, don't put the game in the hands of the officials. And if Burford doesn't get handsy on that pass, then they can't think about calling the pass interference.
Yeah, well, I'm not going to blame him.
I know you're, again, I'm not asking you to blame anybody, Larry. I'm
just saying the momentum
that
seemed to be going our way and so forth like that. And, it was.
It is what it is. And it doesn't take away from what's been a fantastic season for the Wildcats. It's heartbreaking because you come so close.
The PIAA wishes that all the games would come down like this, I bet. This has just been a tremendous football game, great adjustments at halftime. At the very end of the game, give them credit. They went into a double coverage on Burford. It was a smart move on their part. And the ball was just a little bit out of bounds down there on the 1-yard line, but it looked like he was close to catching that thing.
And Central Clarion will receive a runner-up trophy. And, there are not too many teams in District 9 history to have one of those. Just the 5th time a District 9 team will even have one of these trophies. So it's an historic season for the Wildcats, an historic season for District 9. But it does come up a little bit short, and it's always tough when it comes up short.
No question. Some would argue, is it better to get beat? No, it's not. I mean, you'll have a lifetime to think about this 1 point, but hey, you'll have a lifetime to relish the journey that it took to get here. I mean, last week at Farrell, the Farrell game 2 weeks before that, the Cambria Heights game, and this whole season been such a spectacular season for this football team and our community, and congratulations.
I mean, give the Wildcats credit. They were down 12-3 at halftime. They made some great second-half adjustments, scored 3 second-half touchdowns. You just wish that offense was there in the first half, because if that offense was there in the first half, then this team is state champs. But sometimes it just doesn't go your way.
All right, well, I think we had the ball, 3 times the first half? And I think, coming out, going down the field.
You go back to the sometimes luck. and that luck was against them on that first drive of the game. They get the holding
Penalty.
call on a play that would have had them inside the 1 yard line, and you never know how the game changes there. It just sometimes it's just a play here, a play there, and I mean, look, the play that scored the game-winning touchdown for Troy, it was a broken play.
Yes.
It was a broken play that went the Trojans' way, and they're state champs, and congratulations to them for it, and congratulations to the Wildcats. And Larry, I know you're heartbroken right now, but thanks for another great season of high school football calling it with me. I have a lot of fun every time we do this, and I hope we get to do it again next year.
Thank you, Chris.
Folks, that's going to do it for us here as Troy defeats Central Clarion 25-21 to win the PIAA Class 2A state title. Want to thank all of our great sponsors this season, including today, the ones that pulled on: Delta Contracting and Design, Oil Country Crates, Allegheny Grill, Warren Tire Center, All-American Custom Apparel and Engraving, Allstate Insurance at David Jones Agency, Red Bank Chevrolet, C&A Trees, Ascendant Truck Centers, Jenny Montgomery Scott, Pizza Hut, Hunter Station Golf Club, Rehab Center, Computer Support, who brought you that great offensive line play all day long, D&E Sports, Daddies in Clarion, Clairview, Tinesta Builders, Luton's Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning, Bruno Iorfido Wrestling Camp, Tempa Supply and Service, Larson's Garbage Service, the Garage in Chippenville, Marshall Law Office, Attorney John Marshall, and Verischetti Holdings. Folks, it might bring an end to our football season here on the YDL Sports Network, but that just means it'll be time for basketball right around the corner. It's already started the season, and we'll have our first broadcast, I'm sure, sometime here in the next week or so. For Larry Weiser, this is Chris Rossetti saying good night. Final score: Troy 25, Central Clarion 24 in the PIAA Class 1A or 2A championship game.